I can't even think of an intro today.
It's been a day.
Welcome to From Center Ice, the podcast. My name is Courtney.
I'm Jacalyn.
What have you been up to?
When's the last time we recorded?
2-ish weeks ago, I think.
2-ish weeks ago? We already talked about the chiropractor thing.
We did.
Still seeing him.
Yeah.
Get up at 7:30 for the next 2 days.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I go at 8:15 in the morning, and that's my own fault. That's when I schedule it. But I feel I want to get up. I like to get up early. Not when I'm getting up. I hate waking up. Waking up is the hard part.
Waking up is the hard part. I feel that.
But I do like to get up early sometimes.
See, my problem is I like getting up early, but I also like being up late.
Oh, I very much like being up late. I haven't been so great at that lately.
No?
No.
You were up pretty late last night.
Last night was different. I don't know. I started a new crochet project.
It just threw you off.
Yeah, I was just watching Bad Girls Club and crocheting. Yeah, other than, the chiropractor, I don't really think anything has happened. What about you? What you been up to?
I almost had to fight a raccoon.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, was that at the bonfire?
Yeah.
What did they do? What did it do?
So,
what did they? Gender?
I don't know. I'm assuming it was a mom and babies.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I went to a fire at my friend's house because it was his birthday. And when we were getting ready to clean up, it was like 2:30 in the morning.
Uh-huh.
And we were standing on the deck, and we heard growling underneath.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You never want to hear that.
No, so we had seen the raccoon, right? But then it went under the deck. I'm like, oh, fine. It can't hurt us from under there.
Uh-huh.
But then it started growling, so we ran away. And I didn't know that raccoons growled.
Yeah.
And I've never been growled at by a raccoon
It's kind of
before.
like when a cat growls at you. Like
It's
different. It's not like a dog growl at all. It's like a cat
It does
growl.
sound like a cat growling.
Yeah.
So then we saw that she had babies. I was like, oh, God, this is not going to be good. Because if we get near the babies, she's going to get very mad.
Kill us.
So we figured that she wanted the food that was on the deck. So Brandon gave me the flashlight and said, go give it some chicken. Thank you.
Thanks, Brandon.
So I walked up to the deck, I grabbed a chicken wing, and I just kind of flung it over to the opening of under the deck where she was, and then ran away quickly. But we had to put the fire out, so we needed the water.
Of course.
Right. But the faucet for the hose was like behind a bush, by the deck.
Okay.
Yeah. So we waited long enough that the mom and the babies left.
Okay. Went on a mission?
Yeah. I don't know where they went, but they left. So then I was going to go turn the water on, and then the babies came back.
Oh, but the mom didn't?
No.
No.
Remember, the faucet is behind a bush.
Yes, it is.
You don't know what else is in that bush.
You sure don't.
So the babies were there, and they wouldn't just go under the deck.
How many were there?
There were about 3 or 4.
3 or 4? Okay.
Yeah.
How big were they?
They were bigger than that. They
like a nice sized melon?
kind of.
Not a
like
watermelon,
kind of
but
like a cantaloupe. Yeah,
Okay.
like the size of a cantaloupe, maybe a little bigger.
All right.
And they were very cute, I must say. They were very cute. But I was terrified because mother animals get very upset when you are near their babies.
Absolutely.
I wasn't afraid of the babies.
No.
So we're just trying to wait it out, right? And
Are you stuck behind this bush?
no,
okay.
I'm not behind the bush yet because I'm afraid the mom's going to come charging me.
Gotcha.
And I don't want to have to...
You got stuck behind the bush
No.
because the babies came back.
No, I don't want to have to, punt a raccoon.
No, you never want to do that.
Or I don't want to get ripped to shreds by a raccoon.
That one either.
So we walked back toward the fire, and we had the flashlights, Every time we took them away, they'd pop their heads back up and like try to walk up onto the deck. Then we'd flash the flashlights on them, and then they'd like deer in headlights, and then they'd slowly sink back down. So it was just this back and forth for so long. And then Brandon decided that I was the one that was going to be sacrificed
Oh, how rude.
to the raccoon.
Okay.
And
Was that an honor, or were you offended?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what I should be. He said I was the adventurous one, apparently.
Okay.
I think he's just a big baby. So it was my job to go turn on the faucet.
Behind the bush.
Yes, behind the bush.
Okay.
And so I walked up very slowly so I
As
could
you
hear if the mother started charging me. And I was just talking very calmly to these babies, like, everything's okay. If you just stay under the deck, everything will be fine. And so I finally turned the water on, and we got all that done, and it was fine. And then the mom came back, thankfully, after I had turned the water off.
I was going to say.
Yeah, there was a time where the water was still on, and the babies decided to venture closer to the faucet. And I was like, can you go back under the deck, please? If we just keep our distance here, everything will be fine.
Yeah.
But I did get to turn it off. And then Mama came back, and we were on the deck again, and she started growling again.
God.
It's like, come on now. Can you just let us clean all of this up? It's 2:30 in the morning. We're all tired. And so I was nearly sacrificed to
This
a raccoon.
reminds me of a time at the house on Montana.
Mm-hmm.
I was staying there for some reason or another, and like my mom were watching TV and stuff, and then she went outside for one reason or another. She didn't come back for like an odd amount of time.
Okay.
And then she texted me a picture of this raccoon under her deck. She's like, I can't come back in. I don't know what to do. I can't come back in. There's this raccoon. Eventually she made it, but that was one of the funniest texts I've ever gotten.
Was she afraid it was going to attack her?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
That's been my second run-in with a raccoon family in the last few weeks.
What was the other one?
The other one was when I thought somebody was trying to break into my house.
Right, but it was a baby raccoon, huh?
Yeah. I think that was in between when we last recorded it now.
Yeah.
So I was just laying on my couch listening to a podcast, as you do. And then I hear this noise at my window, and they're ground level down there, right?
The one by the fireplace or one of the other ones?
The one that's by my desk.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was the one further away from me, but still. And it sounded like something was messing with it. And at first I was like, oh, it's just an animal, whatever. I have raccoons that live under the deck. It's fine. So then my cat jumps up in the window. And
as he does.
Yeah. Usually when he sees another animal, especially if it's outside, he loses his shit.
Yes, he does.
And he just breaks everything in sight because he wants to get to it, not realizing he can't get through the window. Cats aren't always the smartest.
No.
But he got up in the window while this was all happening because I could still hear it, and he didn't do anything. So I was like, that's very weird.
We don't want this.
Yeah, and he never reacts to humans. So I was like, cool. This
is it.
This is great. This is going to be a fantastic night for me. So I made sure that my security system was on and all that. And then it stopped. So I was like, oh, cool. Nothing to worry about now. There's no more noise. Go back to just casually listening to my podcast. And then it starts again. And it sounds like something is messing with the screen or like trying to pry the screen off of the window.
Okay. So your alarm system would go off if that happened,
if the window broke. It's very loud. I would run away if I tried to break into somebody's house and that thing started going.
Fair.
I usually want to run out of my house when I accidentally trip it. But anyway, I walked over to the window and I banged on the wall super hard, thinking if it was an animal, it would get scared and it would run and it wouldn't keep happening. But it kept happening. I keep hearing this noise of just something messing with the window, and it's loud, right? So my best logic, apparently, was I am going to peek behind the curtain and see what's happening. There's no light right above that window. There's one, down further on the other side of the deck. So I peeled the curtain away a little bit, and there's the shadow, and it looks like a hand. So I'm like, oh fuck.
Dear Jesus.
Everything just got so much worse. And my first reaction is like, rip the curtain back.
Of
I
course.
guess I'm just scaring whatever's there.
I know you're here. You better leave.
Right? And it's a baby raccoon crawling up the screen on my window with its parent raccoon just casually sitting behind
Just
it, watching its little rascal climb the screen of this window.
That's a proud mama moment.
Right? And then I felt bad. I was like, I probably scared the poor thing. So I was just standing there, like, tapping on the window, like, I'm sorry, buddy. It's okay. You're so cute.
Well, I'm glad it wasn't a person trying to get into your house.
Me as well. I would gladly have a baby raccoon climbing the screen any day.
Any day.
I nearly panicked myself to death with that one.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yikes.
You know, you watch horror movies and you see them do things, reacting to whatever situation they happen to be in, and you're like, why
would you do that?
would you do that? That was so dumb.
Now you're gonna die.
Well, my first thought when I thought somebody was breaking into my window was just rip the curtain away.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. And a few weeks ago, let's see, this was at the end of the regular season.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so more than a few weeks, I guess. There was a storm here and the power went out. And my first thought was walk down into the very dark basement to make sure that none of the breakers were tripped.
Uh-huh.
You know, just go down in the dark basement.
Yeah. I mean, baby likes it down there.
He does. But then I heard noises and I ran up the stairs.
Fair.
Yeah.
It's fair.
I feel like every basement just has noises. It doesn't matter what's down there.
It really doesn't.
Yeah.
No, it's just...
They just make noise.
I've always been told it's the house settling, but like...
That's what I tell myself.
Everything can't be the... How far can a house settle?
Right? My house pops a lot.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
It does. It's a very loud house.
Yeah. It has a lot to say.
Yeah.
I used to think witches lived in my basement.
I don't blame you.
Right?
Yeah.
Doesn't that
It's
just
a
seem
normal
like where they
thing.
would live?
For some... Okay, this is really weird.
Okay.
But when I was little, I must have been like 9, maybe 10. I don't know. My dad bought the new house and he moved in. And my brother and I would go there every other weekend. Mm-hmm. For some weird fucking reason, I thought... Nothing prompted this, all right? This is just my little kid brain. Thought that there was like a 9-foot Barbie that lived in the basement. And we had to have the door closed at all times or she would come up. Because one time I was in the dining room, which is where the basement door is, and I heard like a tapping on the door and I was like, that's the fucking Barbie. It's gotta be. It's the Barbie. The Barbie's coming for me. I also, in that house, thought that there were Native American ghosts that lived in my brother's closet.
Why?
I don't know. It was where my little kid brain went. And I was so scared of both of these things.
So a giant-ass Barbie and Native American.
Native American ghosts, yeah.
Suddenly my witches don't sound so weird.
I told you it was weird. I don't think I've ever told anybody about that. No, it's just public knowledge.
Told the world. Oh my god, that's hilarious. I thought my dad was abducted by aliens once.
Oh no, what happened?
So, my little kid brain, I was probably around the same age, 9 or 10. Maybe I was a little bit younger. I don't know, around there. I was in elementary school.
Okay.
I think. It wasn't in high school. I know that.
I knew you in high school.
I was somewhat younger. I was laying in bed at night, and I had my TV on, and there must have been, like, a commercial for a TV show or something about aliens. And it was when the weather was nicer, so my front door was open, and the back door was open downstairs, because my dad was still awake. And I hear my dogs, like, running back and forth between the two doors.
Okay.
So I was like, sounds like something is awry.
Something has occurred.
Yeah. So I get up, as you do. Horror movie shit. You get up when you hear weird things.
Duh. You gotta go find out what it is.
Yeah. I look for my dad and I can't find him.
Oh, no.
So I called my mom.
Oh, no.
I was like, I can't find Dad.
Oh, no.
So she called his cell phone, which I could have done.
You could have.
But I didn't. And he was at the neighbor's house. And he came back. And I was like, I'm fine.
Nope, the aliens got him.
Yeah, I don't know why my brain thought he was abducted by aliens.
It just be like that sometimes.
Yeah, I don't think I said that on the phone call to my mother. I think I said
just that you can't find him, yeah.
But in my brain, I was just like, oh no, he got
it's
abducted
the fucking
by
aliens.
Yeah.
Little kid brains are weird.
They really are.
So very weird.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what I've been up to.
Okay.
Been listening to any podcasts lately?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm still very, very behind on literally everything that I would like to be caught up on. I'm not consuming content at the moment, which, like, if I'm not doing that, what the fuck am I doing? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But I really need to get back on. I am going to start consuming the content again.
What content?
Podcast content, YouTube content.
Uh-huh. See, that's too overwhelming when you just say, I'm going to start listening and watching everything.
Well, no, I'm going to have to pick a place.
Yes, where are you going to start? We're going to work through this right now.
I've been
Welcome to therapy.
I finally see her again tomorrow. I haven't seen her in weeks.
Oh, no.
If not like a month.
Oh, no.
Yeah, our schedules just weren't matching up. And I was on vacation and she was on vacation.
Yeah.
One of those situations.
That would happen.
Yeah, so I see her tomorrow. Well, I see her on a screen tomorrow at 2. What was I talking about?
What content are you going to start with?
Well, I've been falling asleep to YouTube lately.
Okay.
So I've kind of been trying. But the problem with YouTube is that I keep finding videos and adding them to my Watch Later playlist.
It's a problem.
And now my Watch Later playlist is like 400 videos long.
Mine's pretty long,
I
too.
don't know where to start. I don't know whether to start at the top, like the oldest one that I saved, or like the bottom because it's more recent.
I would start at the top and get caught up.
Yeah.
Otherwise, once you get back to the top, it's going to be very out of date.
Yeah.
My problem with YouTube is I don't watch other content during hockey season.
Right.
So I'm like, I got caught up on the SDP and all of that. Mm-hmm. Or no, just his channel, the LFRs, that one. I got caught up on that. But everybody else that I'm subscribed to, not caught up at all. No. Nope. I'm better at podcasts than YouTube.
I think I've talked about it on this podcast before, but if I'm in the room with somebody else, I feel rude if I have like an earphone in.
Mm-hmm.
Earphone?
Earbud?
Earbud?
Yep.
They're not AirPods.
No, just earbud.
Yep. I feel weird. I feel rude if I have
something playing in your head.
Yes, because then I can't give my full attention to either the person talking to me or the thing that I am listening to.
Mm-hmm. What if you just consumed content together?
But see, the thing is that it's my mom that's in the room and she's working from home. So she's got like meetings and stuff going on.
So she's not even paying attention to you then.
No,
so then you can have
my mom,
an earbud.
She talks.
Yes.
She talks, I don't want to say a lot. It's not, kind of a lot. But she tries to include people.
Mm-hmm.
So like if I'm in the room with her, she's going to find a reason to talk to me.
Not if you're listening to something else.
Not that I don't like that. I love you, Mom. Just
right. We're not saying it's a problem. I'm just trying to solve this other problem.
Yeah, my problem of consuming content.
If you're like, hey, I'm doing my thing over here, then she can just do her thing over there.
She could, but then I would be like, Mom, I miss you.
Then you can say that once your episode is finished.
Okay.
You can have a brief conversation in between episodes.
I can set a goal to listen to one full episode without stopping it?
Yep.
Oh, God, that's so hard.
Unless you have to pee or something.
Well, I can take it with me.
I guess you can take it with you if it's in your head.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, one full episode.
One full podcast episode.
And then you get to have a conversation with your mom.
She's going back to the office on like July 6th, and I don't know what I'm going to do without her.
Listen to podcasts. Duh.
You're right.
Duh. And if you miss seeing people, then you watch YouTube.
I mean, I don't miss seeing people ever.
If you miss seeing somebody's face just in your general vicinity.
I mean, Eddie and Ian are still going to be home.
Oh. Well,
but
they're always
I never
doing
see
their own
Eddie.
thing. Yeah.
Eddie's always up in his room.
Ian's playing video games and stuff.
He is.
So you can either listen to podcasts or watch YouTube.
Shit.
See?
Yeah, I'm gonna set that goal.
Mm-hmm. How many podcast episodes are you gonna listen to before we record next?
It depends on when we record next.
Safe estimate is next week.
Next week, I'm going to set a goal for 5.
5? All right.
5 whole episodes of something.
Wow. I listen to like 5 a day.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh dear. I used to, because in my old life, whatever that means.
In the before times. Before COVID.
I used to crochet and listen to podcasts.
Mm-hmm. Now you do neither.
What do I do?
That's a very good question.
I'm not sure. Okay. If you people don't know by now, I have some pretty serious mental illnesses, all right? And dissociation is a huge part of those. My mom
that's what you do then.
I just sit there and dissociate.
Yeah.
My mom pointed out that you could tell in the last episode. She said I zoned out into the camera. I'm like, oh no, what have I done?
I didn't notice it when I was editing.
Well, she noticed it when she watched it. Now everybody's going to go back and see me dissociate. No, but no, that's a huge part of it. So I just lose. Right there. I know, but I hate it. It makes me lose so much time.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just be sitting there, and then I look up at the clock, and it's like 6 p.m., and I'm like, hold on.
I hate that.
Where did my day go? What did I do? Nothing. The answer is nothing. I sat there, and I stared at the fucking wall.
Mm-hmm. I usually get to a point in my day where I hyper-focus on one thing.
Uh-huh.
It can be anything.
My ADHD meds have not been working as they used to in the old life.
Maybe you should talk to your doctor about that.
I just had a meeting with her today at 2 o'clock.
Did you tell her they weren't working?
No, I didn't.
Jacalyn.
I told her about the medication that helps with the dry mouth.
Uh-huh.
And she upped my dose, so...
But if you tell her about the other medications, she can work on that, too.
This is why I need to keep a running list of things that I need to talk about with certain people.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm meeting with my therapist tomorrow for the first time in like a month. Mm-hmm. And she's going to be like, so how was your month? And I'm going to be like, great, it was great.
That's what I do every week.
It's a lie. I mean, some great things happened, but I haven't been great.
Yep.
I don't know how to answer that question because I don't remember like key events.
Yeah, me either.
It's a problem.
Every week she's like, so how are you this week? Or what you been up to? I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know. I can't tell you.
No. Watching hockey. I don't know what I do for the rest of my day. That happens at night.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a problem.
Yeah. I just always end up hyper-focusing on something during the day.
Well, at least...
And then all of a sudden there are hours gone.
Yeah, but is the hyper-focusing on anything productive?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay.
Sometimes very much not.
I mean, I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
We got lost in a little black hole.
We sure did before recording this.
Lost for probably an hour in there.
Probably. Yeah, my latest hyper-focus has been spending all my money on hockey cards again. So I wouldn't necessarily call that productive.
Hey.
I mean, it kind of is because adding to the collection, but spending way too much money on them isn't necessarily productive.
Yeah.
One day it will all be sorted and we can show it off. Right now it's just in piles. And it's definitely in piles now with all the new ones I've added.
Yeah. I mean, I had all the monster boxes in order.
Mm-hmm. I haven't taken anything out of them, so they're still in order. Well, then they're
still in alphabetical order by the first 2 letters of their last name.
Very helpful.
Not fully alphabetical. I couldn't make it past that without it just looking like letters.
Yeah. But it's close, though.
But I got it.
It's a starting point.
I got it alphabetical to the first 2 letters of the last name.
Fantastic.
I still have that one box that I forgot to give to you at my house.
You know, you should do that at some point.
I should bring you that, yes. I should.
Yeah, it's been bad though. I just go on eBay and then I get lost for so long looking at things.
See, I'm not in front of a computer all day anymore.
I do it on my phone.
I see. I can't keep up.
You know, when it was bad before, back when
and then before times.
Yeah, when I was spending all my money on them before this current time where I'm doing so, I deleted the eBay app off my phone.
Because you couldn't stop looking?
Yeah, and it's so much easier to do it on the app than having to go to the mobile browser because then you have to log in every time.
You
and
sure
that's
do.
A pain in the ass. But I re-downloaded it because I'm smart. And so that's been a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's also chemicals on fire that we're breathing at the moment.
That's right.
Y'all heard about the Rockton chemical fire, right?
Yeah, the whole Chem Tool explosion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty close to us.
That's not far.
Yeah, that was an exciting thing to wake up to on Monday. With just my watch like vibrating off of my wrist with a public safety
announcement.
Yeah, because they evacuated within a mile.
They sure did. And those people still can't go back.
That's right.
Because there's so much debris and like their animals can't safely go outside.
Yeah.
Like their kids can't play. Like the place is still on fire. They're letting it burn off because they don't want to contaminate the Rock River, which is not far from that at all.
It's like 300 feet, I think.
And it's further than that. Maybe 300 yards.
Oh.
I don't know.
There was 300 something.
Yeah, because it's like Chemtool and then Hananiga. Do you know that?
Oh, Hananiga is between the place and the river?
No. They're on, like, say this was a crossroads, like this. Hananiga's here, Chemtool's here, Rock River's back here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Great visual for podcasting.
Yeah.
Most people probably don't know what's at Rockton.
Not at all. What is Hananiga?
Yeah.
Huh?
It's a school.
A high school.
Yeah, so that was wild. It didn't say on the notification on my watch why they were evacuating.
Oh.
It just said it was an evacuation notice. So, you know, being in America, I was like, oh, no, another mass shooting.
Oh, boy, here we go.
I was convinced. I was like, fuck, now what?
Not locally.
Yeah, but it wasn't that. It was a big old chemical explosion.
I love it when all of my barrels of grease start on fire and
at
explode.
least nobody died.
No, I don't know how nobody died and no one was injured except for one firefighter.
Yeah.
Like, how were all those employees...
He was released from the hospital
Right,
that
it was
day.
minor, yeah.
I don't know.
I expected some casualties.
Me
like,
too.
seeing the fire, like, I didn't go up to it, but, like, my house is only a couple miles south of there. And I went out there because I wanted to make sure my cats were good and all that. And it looked like it was just in the field, like, behind my house.
Yeah.
It was crazy looking.
It is crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I guess there was a fire before the big
Well, yeah, it's got to start somewhere.
Yeah, and I'm assuming if you work in a chemical plant that has that many explosive things in it, they would have, like, a very set evacuation plan.
Yeah, like you just hit the button and that means everybody run.
Yeah, and everybody just knows exactly where to go.
Yeah.
That's what I would assume. That would be the smart thing to do.
Yeah,
and I'm assuming that is what happened because nobody
was hurt or killed.
Yeah. Still surprising.
Very surprising.
Especially since people were, like, near the building when it exploded.
Right. Like, there were kids at Hananiga for summer school. Like, can you imagine, like, walking out of your school and seeing that plant on fire?
Nope. I'm sure they heard it, too.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
That was crazy. And it's still burning 3 days later.
Yeah.
It's weird, though, because if you go outside here, like, my house is 15 miles from it. I looked it up. So I would know if they, like, expanded how far I could push it before I needed to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you go outside now and you can't see any smoke in the sky. I'm like, this is it's weird. Like, I know it's still happening, but I can't see it. And it doesn't really smell burnt outside anymore. Yeah. It's very weird.
Yeah.
I don't trust it being outside still. Like, it was really nice out today. I kind of wanted to go for a walk. But I was like, with all of these chemicals just burning, probably not the best idea.
No.
Yeah. Maybe once it finally burns out, I don't know. I wonder how much longer it's going to take.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy because, like, I used to go through that intersection every day on my way to work.
That's wild.
And it's just like, wow, that's not there anymore.
Yep.
It's just gone.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's been the exciting stuff over here in Illinois.
Yeah.
Northern Illinois, I guess. Nobody talks about Southern Illinois.
No.
We don't claim them.
No. I went to college down there.
For a semester.
Yeah, I still went, though. I lived there.
For a semester.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We didn't claim you when you lived there.
That's fine. I don't remember that period of my life anyway.
For the best. Oh, gosh. So the Rangers hired Gerard Gallant to be their coach.
Shit, they sure did.
Yeah.
Wasn't he Vegas's?
He was. First, he was coach of the Panthers. I don't know where he was before that. And then they fired him, and that's when the whole taxi thing happened, where they just, like, kicked him out and he left in a taxi.
Right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know, that was a long-ass time ago. In the before times.
In the before times.
And then he went to Vegas when they became an existing thing. And then they fired him, which was still strange to me.
Yeah, because the team wasn't doing poorly.
Weren't they, like, second?
Yeah.
They were, at least their division.
It was super surprising because they were doing well. Mm-hmm. So why would they fire their coach?
I don't know. And now he's off to the Rangers. It just seems like there has to be something.
Wait.
What?
The Rangers, like... Oh, never mind.
Like the New York variety?
That's the one.
Yep.
Yep, like Artemi Panarin.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're good. We're good.
It just seems like there's something that has to be wrong with him, you know?
Right, if he keeps bouncing around like that.
Yeah, and he has successful teams when he gets fired. It's very weird.
Super weird. Like, what is the reason?
And yet people keep hiring him, so it can't
so
be
it can't
too
be terrible,
bad.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know what it would even be.
No.
Is he just, like, too strong-willed and doesn't take direction from the GM or the owner? Like,
I mean, possibly, but...
Yeah, I don't get what it would be. Who knows?
Not I.
Who knows?
Seattle doesn't have a coach yet, do they?
No.
Okay.
No, they don't.
I remember at one point in time I wanted them to hire Gallant after he got fired from Vegas because I just wanted to see him with another expansion team.
See if he could do it again.
Go to the Cup finals.
That would be hilarious.
Oh my gosh. Amazing.
So in between the last time we recorded and today, the second round of the playoffs ended.
Right. We did talk about the first round, though.
Yeah, that was like the whole last...
Damn.
Well, the last hour was like Toronto because...
Well, because Toronto.
Yeah. So, I guess I'll just start at the top here. So, Vegas and Colorado.
Yeah, man. What happened there?
I don't know. So, Colorado won the first 2 games. And they, like, blew them out in game 1.
Yes.
It was 7-1
It was 7-1. It was.
And then they won game 2, and then they just never won ever again.
Which doesn't make any sense to me because that team seemed like a freaking unit.
Right.
Like they
couldn't be stopped. They're
right.
just a runaway train of greatness.
I was hoping for them for the Cup, honestly.
Me too. Yeah, my bracket is fucked.
Oh, dude, so is mine.
I had Colorado and Toronto.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I don't even remember who I picked at this point. I just know it's probably wrong.
Yep, I haven't even looked. I'm like, well, that got fucked real quick.
Pretty sure Toronto was up in the finals somewhere.
Yeah.
And they are not. They're long gone. But we've talked about that already.
But yeah, I don't know what happened there. It's just like Vegas was able to get them off of their game, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. It was just weird because, like, there were certain calls that weren't called. Mm-hmm. And then there were other calls that were like, why is that a call?
I mean, the officiating's been fucking terrible all playoffs long.
This is hockey, though. It is
true.
That's what hockey is.
It's just
questionable calls. Yes, it's very frustrating.
If it could just be consistent,
no.
Then it would be fine. Even if it was questionable, it would be fine if it was consistent.
But it's not.
It's not.
At all.
Nope. So Vegas won that series 4-2.
Man.
I thought it would at least go to 7.
Yeah. I mean, it's like Colorado just died.
Yeah.
During the last couple games. Mm-hmm. Like they just stopped trying.
They definitely pulled a Toronto.
Oh, yeah, they did. Ugh.
But I really don't get it. And that's, I want to say their 3rd consecutive second round loss.
Oof.
Yeah. So I don't know what it's going to take to, like, get over that hump.
Right.
Because I don't know what's wrong with the team.
Me either. They seem fine. They're built really well.
Yeah.
They have depth. Like, what's the problem?
I mean, they did lose Kadri in round 1 since he gets suspended for being Naz.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing.
I don't know that having him would have propelled them to a win in the series since they lost 4 straight games, but it would have helped.
Yes.
But other than that, I don't really know.
No, not at all. I don't get it. I don't get it. Colorado, what's wrong with you? Tell us.
Yep.
Leave a comment
Yes.
down below.
Tell us what is wrong with the Colorado Avalanche. Over to the East.
Oh boy.
The New York Islanders and the Boston Bruins.
Yeah, man.
The Islanders won 4-2.
Woo!
That one didn't even go to 7.
Didn't. I expected it to because Bruins.
Because Bruins.
I mean, that's the end of the thought, really.
Yeah.
Because Bruins.
But especially after they beat the Caps 4-1 in round 1.
Yeah.
It's like all of the teams that were dominant in the first round just like fell over and died.
It's not. Hockey isn't logical.
It's
not consistent. It's not logical. We're just throwing darts at a wall here.
Pretty much. I don't know if they just had to use everything they had to win the first series and then couldn't
I guess.
do it in round 2, but
like,
I don't know, beating a team...
What's the point in dominating in the first round if you're not going to try to dominate in the second round?
Right.
The whole point is to get to the cup.
Yeah, how does that switch just get flipped to off?
Right.
Like, you're one step closer to the cup.
So try harder.
But they don't. And in that series, at least, I wasn't upset about it because I didn't want Boston to win.
No.
So I haven't watched an Islanders game
I think
in a few weeks because when I don't watch, they win. But that did not work last night because they did not win last night.
I think my bracket had the Caps and the Pens playing in the second round, which was the opposite of what has happened.
I think I had Pittsburgh beating the Islanders in round 1 too.
Yeah.
Just because like they were the 1 seed and the Islanders were 4.
Right.
But upsets happen, I guess.
Yep.
But I will be very happy if they can just continue their boring style of play and make it to the final.
Who do you want to win?
The whole thing?
The whole cup.
Oh, no, I'm not going there.
No?
Nope. Because every team I root for gets screwed. So
Who do you not want to win? Just pick one.
No, see, I don't know that the reverse psychology will work there. Because then the universe will be like, that one wins. That's the one.
That's fair.
That's the one.
That's fair. I already tweeted how I feel.
I guess at this point, I would be okay with any of the 3 except Tampa.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want Tampa to win.
That's really funny because that's the exact opposite of how I hope this plays out.
You want Tampa to win?
Let me find my exact wording.
While you're looking for that, the Central Division, the Carolina Hurricanes, and the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yeah, man.
I thought that the Canes would put up more of a fight, but
they
Tampa won 4-1.
I don't get it.
They won 1 single game.
I don't get it at all. They looked like a freaking unit too.
They were first in the Central.
Yeah, dude, what happened?
I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense. What's happening with these teams?
There are no first seeded teams in their respective divisions that have moved on to the 3rd round. They've all been eliminated.
That's ridiculous.
Pittsburgh was eliminated.
That's like Tampa
Colorado was eliminated.
Swept in the first round.
By Columbus. Toronto was eliminated, and Carolina was eliminated.
Okay, I found the tweet.
Okay.
At this point, I think I just want TBL to repeat. It feels wrong to think of the Cup in Montreal or the Island, and I don't hate it in Vegas, but this doesn't feel like the right year. I don't know.
No, anyone but Tampa. I'll talk about Tampa once we get to their series, I guess. But I thought that Carolina would put up more of a fight.
Oh, absolutely. I love that team so much.
Me too. They're so fun to watch.
They're fun to watch. They have fun. Mm-hmm. They do their storm surge thingy. I love it. It's great.
The storm is no longer surging, though.
The storm has receded.
It has. It has. It's just kind of sad.
Yeah.
They're kind of like Colorado in that way. Like, what is it going to take for them to get over that hump?
Right. Exactly. It's the same scenario.
I feel like maybe shoring up their goaltending, maybe. Because, like, they're good enough for the regular season, and then it never works in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Whereas for Colorado, like, Grubauer wasn't the problem.
No.
So I really don't know what happened there. Except Vegas just came to play in those Final Four, and Fleury's been fucking fantastic in the playoffs.
Yes, he has. Good Lord.
Other than that, I just don't know. I do not know.
Is Leonard injured? Or are they just not playing him?
He played game 1 against the Avs when they got shelled.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So they said, no more Leonard.
Yeah, I still don't know why DeBoer did that. I mean, he said that Fleury had just come off of playing the 7-game series with Minnesota.
Right.
And I get that. But a lot of goaltenders do that. And you typically ride the hot hand. So I don't know. I thought it was a weird decision. But they won the series anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Right.
But it was still weird.
Definitely.
And then there's Canada.
Oh, boy.
I still don't know what the fuck is happening in Canada because Montreal swept the Winnipeg Jets.
The fuck happened there?
I just don't understand how Winnipeg swept Edmonton. And then Montreal, who wasn't expected to go anywhere this year, then swept Winnipeg.
Good old Carey Price, huh?
I guess. And I mean, Winnipeg lost Scheifele for the whole thing. But again, like with Nazem Kadri, I don't think that one player would propel them to a series win.
Yeah, they couldn't have changed that much.
And I don't really think Winnipeg was all that great of a team to begin with. They're basically just Connor Hellebuck and his wild crew of players.
I mean, that explains it.
But I
well.
didn't think that they would get swept.
No. I don't remember what my predictions were on the last.
I definitely didn't have the Habs going to the conference final.
I had somebody sweeping. I don't remember who it was. Most of them I think I had going to game 6, which wasn't far off. I don't remember who I had winning though.
Yeah. I don't know. Canada's been weird all around. There's been a sweep in each round so far. Both of them involving the Winnipeg Jets.
Well, that's like last year in the playoffs. Well, they had that weird ass play-in round or whatever.
Yeah.
But the team that swept the first round got swept the second round, and then on the third round, that team got swept too. I think. I remember
don't recall
something
honestly.
Like that happened. I don't.
Last year doesn't exist.
2020 is gone.
Yeah. I don't know. Canada's weird. And now the Habs are in the Western Conference Final with Vegas.
What the hell?
Yep. And the Tampa Bay Lightning were the kings of the Central Division.
Yeah.
I cannot wait until we go back to a regular alignment next year.
Yeah.
I am sick of these Florida teams. I'm sick of them being in the Central. It doesn't make sense.
I don't want to play either of the Florida teams at all next season.
No. I will be very happy with never thinking about them ever again. I'm so over it. I wouldn't mind keeping Carolina, but even then, it doesn't make sense. They're all on the coast. How are they in the Central?
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
I mean, how's Chicago West, though?
I don't know. I mean, Midwest is in the name.
I guess.
Yeah.
Well, it's just because the country started in the East.
Right.
So at one point, the Midwest was the West. But then we did more genocide and stuff.
True. There was that.
And now there's more West.
Yeah. The funniest thing is how the Blackhawks and the Bulls share a stadium, and the Bulls are in the Eastern Conference in the NBA. And the Hawks are in the West.
Western, yeah.
But they're in the same building.
Same building.
Yep.
Same city, same building.
Yep.
I don't.
So who got it right? I don't know. I don't know. But it would have made more sense to me to move the Pennsylvania teams to the Central because they're just the next closest.
Yeah.
Why Florida?
I mean, you would think that the next closest would be the ones that are moved.
You would think so.
But no.
But no, we got rid of Minnesota, sent them to the West, and then we brought in Florida. How? Why? NHL.
I don't know who makes these
NHL.
decisions.
NHL. That's all it boils down to. So now we're in the third round of the playoffs. There are 4 teams left. We'll start with the West. Vegas and Montreal. They play game 2 tonight.
Yeah, they do.
In about an hour. Vegas is leading 1-0.
Uh-huh.
And
who you got?
I don't think... See, it just feels wrong saying that Montreal won't win because they weren't supposed to win the other 2.
And they've gotten this far.
Yeah. But
with
how they looked in game 1 against Vegas, I can't see them getting out of this round. But with how Vegas looked in game 1 against Colorado, I wouldn't have seen them getting out of the last round.
No.
So I'll be more on the fence if Montreal can tie it up tonight.
Okay, that's fair.
If they go down 2-0 against Vegas, I don't think they come back.
I don't either.
They went down 3-1 against Toronto, and we know what happened there. But
well,
very different team.
very, very, very different.
Vegas isn't cursed. Toronto is. And again, Fleury's just been playing fantastic.
Godlike.
Yeah. And he didn't even really have to be that great in game 1.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a great game for Montreal, even though they controlled like the first half of the first period.
Right.
But then Vegas scored first, and it was just all downhill from there. And all of the goals that went in were so weird. They were so weird. But
when was game 1?
2 days ago.
2 days ago, which was
today's Wednesday,
Monday.
so Monday.
Mm-hmm. What did I do on Monday? Probably stared at a wall. No, I feel like I watched the end of it. I don't know what I was doing before.
It wasn't
then.
a very exciting game.
Okay, well then I'm glad I didn't really watch it.
Yeah, Vegas just looked way more dominant. But again, they looked very bad in game 1 last round. So
Vegas in 5.
Vegas in 5.
That's what I got.
You know what? Just to follow the trend, Vegas in 4.
Ooh, okay.
There has to be a sweep in every Canadian nonsense.
Okay.
Now
Wow.
Montreal's going to win tonight. And before this even goes up, I'm going to be wrong. It's just going to have to be the Carey Price show if Montreal advances to the cup final.
For sure.
Because I don't think anybody else on the team can carry them there.
No.
Cole Caulfield got his first NHL goal.
He did.
Or not NHL goal, NHL playoff goal.
Right, yeah. No, I did watch that. I saw that happen.
Okay, yeah. He got the only goal of the game for Montreal.
Yep. Yeah.
And the eternally smiling rookie did not even smile when he scored.
What the heck?
I know.
What the heck?
I mean, they were already behind, but I figured
Still,
he's
it's
always
a goal.
smiling.
Right.
Yeah. And his family was there, so that was nice.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, they got to see him score his first playoff goal. They didn't catch his first goal because Canada, and they couldn't have fans.
Yeah.
So that was nice.
Yeah.
And then out east, the series is tied 1-1 between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the New York Islanders.
Yep.
Do you think Tampa's going to win, or do you just want Tampa to win?
I didn't have any stock put into the Islanders at all. So it's weird to me that they got this far.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can actually picture them winning.
I don't know that I can picture them winning either, but I hope they win this round.
Okay. That's going to make it weird.
If it is the
Islanders against Vegas?
That would be a very weird series because Vegas plays a very up-tempo, fast, kind of exciting game, right. And the Islanders on the other hand.
Fucking boring.
Do not.
So boring.
Oh my God, could you imagine if it was the Islanders against the Wild in the Cup final?
Oh God, no. Don't do that to me.
I think I would cry from boredom. Oh my God.
You watched game 1, right? Between the no, was it game 1 or game 2?
I haven't watched either of them.
Oh, very boring.
Was it?
There was one that was 1-0, right? There was just the one goal. One of the games.
Yes, I want to say that's right.
Yeah, I watched that one, and it was hard to watch. It was just boring.
Yeah, I mean,
I was just standing there, or not standing. I was sitting, but I was just sitting there watching. Like, is it over yet? Like,
I hate games like that.
This is not fun to watch.
Yeah, I didn't watch game 1. Oh, because it was randomly on in the afternoon.
Yeah, like 2:00.
Yeah. And then the Islanders won, so I was like, I can't watch game 2.
Right.
But it didn't work, so maybe I'll watch game 3 and see what happens.
Yeah.
I just don't want Tampa to win. I don't want this whole discourse around them being like $18 million over the cap and then they win. It's just...
But picture a final between the Lightning and Vegas.
I don't want it.
I know you don't want it,
I would be stressed out the whole time because I don't want them to win.
I know you don't, but just picture that series.
No.
No, just
I refuse.
No. Full stop, no.
I refuse. I just don't want it to happen. I don't think a team that pulls that should win the cup, even though it's perfectly legal.
I agree.
I just think it's bullshit that you can have a guy on LTIR all season.
The whole season.
Not play one single regular season game. And then he's just, I'm back.
That's not cool.
If he had played even one regular season game, I'd be fine with it.
Sure. But not a single one? He didn't help get this team to the playoffs. Mm-mm. So why should he be able to get game time at all?
Yeah. Like they just bring their best player back for the playoffs and that's it.
Well, what was wrong with him?
He had hip surgery.
Okay.
Some sort of surgery.
Yeah.
But clearly he was ready to play before then.
Yeah. But they saved him.
It's just fucking annoying. And I get that teams can go over the salary cap in the playoffs. That part doesn't bother me. I think there should probably be a limit. But I also just hate the salary cap in general, so I'm not going to die on that hill.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I don't think that while the salary cap is in place and the whole LTIR thing, I don't think that a player should just be able to come back for the playoffs and not play a single regular season game.
Fully agree.
Yeah, so I want them to lose.
Okay.
Simply because of that. And because they're a dirty fucking team and I just don't want to see them win.
I have quite noticed that. I have quite noticed that.
Yeah.
I have quite.
I'm sure you, I'm glad you quite.
Words
are hard.
Words, man.
It's just fucking annoying. I hate it. Everything goes their way. Like, not even just calls, even though, I don't know. I hate it.
Yeah.
It's starting to be like watching the Packers of the NHL.
Ew.
Yeah. That's how I feel about Tampa right now.
Damn, that's strong.
I don't know if it's just because they were in our division this year and I'm sick of them. But I don't like the Lightning.
I mean, hey, that's totally fair.
I used to.
Yeah.
I used to like the Lightning.
I had a lot of Lightning players in my fantasy team.
That would have been perfectly fine if they would have
all didn't get injured.
Yeah. You just chose to start playing fantasy hockey the one
season where Hedman was out. Yeah. Who else was out?
Everybody.
Everybody
I don't even remember
was
who
out.
I put on your team.
That was
so many
what, like 2016?
Yeah.
Oh my god. We were at Chili's when that fantasy draft started.
Yep.
I was like, Courtney, help!
Yeah, let me put all these Lightning players on there because they're going to be great. They would have been.
What do you know? They're all injured.
And I also just kind of want to see the Islanders win the cup to see how many sandwiches can fit in the cup.
So many sandwiches.
I just want to see how many. And what kind of sandwich would they choose?
A variety.
Yeah.
Because they made everything a sandwich.
That's true.
So it has to be a variety.
That's true. Like, would they go with a large bun or just like flat bread? Or they could do all of them at different times to see how many of each different type of sandwich can fit in the cup. See?
Yeah, what if they just went for that? Mm-hmm. For how many types of sandwiches can we fit in this cup? Mm-hmm. I like that.
See, I'm selling you on the idea now.
You are. What if they play Montreal? These matchups, man, none of them make sense to me. All four of these teams.
Okay. We'll start with Tampa just because I don't want them to win, so we'll get it over with.
Okay.
If it's Tampa versus Vegas,
uh-huh,
that would be chaotic, and I think that there would be injuries in that series.
I agree.
I don't know who would win. It would probably be whoever's the least injured by the end of it.
Oof.
And the goalie duel between Fleury and Vasilevsky, whoever shows up.
Damn, I want that real bad.
Sandwiches.
I know.
Sandwiches. How many sandwiches can fit in the cup?
How many? How many?
How many?
How many?
How many? If it's Tampa versus Montreal, I mean, you have Vasilevsky versus Carey Price, but
guess. It just sounds underwhelming.
Those two teams are very, very different.
Yes, they are.
Very different. And with the level of top skill that Tampa has, they don't even compare to Toronto.
Right.
Like, yeah, maybe 1-for-1 you could compare certain players, but just the play style in general, totally different. Tampa plays harder. I think Montreal would really struggle, but they would have to get through Vegas to get there, and if they're able to do that, then
and they can do anything.
They could maybe beat Tampa. I don't know.
Oh, that's weird.
If they make it to the final, I don't see them losing, but they did get swept by Columbus a couple years ago.
Oh, you're talking about Tampa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
How do you win that many games in a season and get swept in the first round? I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on it.
I don't know if they just thought winning would come easy, so they didn't really
play as hard?
Yeah, they just couldn't get themselves amped up after it.
I guess.
And then they got frustrated once they started losing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah,
Tampa's such a weird team. They sound strong.
Mm-hmm.
They look good because they go fast.
Zoom, zoom, lightning.
Zoom, zoom, and they have a god for a goalie.
Yeah.
I have nothing against Vasilevsky. I did not like watching him during the regular season because we played them so much.
Fucking annoying.
So much. But I do like Vaseline. I do like Vaseline.
Vaseline.
Vasilevsky. Yeah, man.
I think it would be maybe competitive if it was Vegas, but Montreal, I just can't see it being competitive. No. But they weren't supposed to get this far.
Right.
So you can't really count them out, I guess, at this point.
What if the cup goes to Montreal?
Canada implodes.
Well, yes. There would be a lot of anti-Toronto.
It would be very interesting because you have like a lot of people saying Canada's team, yeah, and then you have the other side that's like, fuck you. This is not Canada's team. Get rid of this Canada's team discourse, which I think is dumb. Like, yeah, they're the only team from Canada, but their rivals aren't going to root for that.
Yeah, it's an odd situation.
Yeah, like I don't think that Rangers fans are like, New York's team, go Islanders!
I don't think so.
And the Panthers aren't like, Florida's team, go Tampa! I just can't see that happening.
That's fair.
But it would be interesting.
Yes, it would.
See how many Toronto landmarks would turn red and blue for the Canadians.
Yeah.
We've already had the CN Tower.
Yeah.
And Niagara Falls.
Yeah. Is the Niagara Falls like right on the border? Or is that a Canadian?
It's like half of it's in Canada.
That's
half
what I
is
thought.
In New York?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's up in Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I went there, when I went to Buffalo, for non-hockey reasons, I kept seeing signs for Niagara Falls, and I was like, that would be real interesting to see.
Yeah.
But I was on a time crunch.
You were. Whenever we make it up to a game, maybe we'll have to go in the spring so it's not super cold.
Yeah.
See Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
See if it's still lit up red and blue if the Habs win.
Oh, boy.
So, Islanders.
Islanders.
If they face the Golden Knights, I don't know that Varlamov would be able to hold up against the Knights' attackers.
What happened in that game last? Oh, you weren't watching.
I wasn't watching.
Oh, he left the first period with an injury and started the second period just fine.
I don't know. I also don't understand why the Islanders won't just run with Sorokin in net.
They're not all in on him.
I don't understand. Like, in the first round against Pittsburgh, he won game 1 because Varlamov was injured. And then they bring Varlamov back for game 2, and they lose. They bring him back for game 3, and they lose. They put Sorokin back in net, and they win the series.
So why would you not run with that?
I don't know. And then they go back to Varlamov, against Boston, and they ended up winning that, but he still didn't look great.
No.
And I don't know. I don't understand it.
Nope.
It makes more sense to me to run with Sorokin, especially when he's proven he can win games in the playoffs, and he's your goaltender of the future.
Hello.
Why does he should get the long leash here, not Varlamov, who's clearly injured. He was injured going into the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I think maybe if they go down in the series, they'll put Sorokin back in net, but I don't know.
Is that what it's going to take?
Seems like it at this point.
Do you want to risk losing a game just to be able to say, hey, you're back in?
Apparently.
Ugh.
I don't get it.
Nope.
Yeah, if they play Vegas, I don't see him holding up against them. Maybe if they play the young guy, they'll have a better chance in net.
Yeah.
And they're obviously elite defensively because they just shut you down whenever they get the lead.
Right.
I don't know. It'd be interesting, especially with the contrasting play styles.
Yes.
If it was them
They're so different.
in Montreal, that just sounds like the most boring series
It really does.
ever to watch.
Yeah.
Because Montreal's not super high tempo.
No, not at all.
They have exciting players who can do cool things.
Sure.
But
But
they're not Vegas or Tampa or the team they beat in the first round. Yeah, I don't know. That would be really boring.
yes.
Huh.
Who would win?
Between the Islanders and Montreal?
Yeah.
Whoever could score first in each game.
That's fair. That's fair.
I think that's what it would come down to, is who can score the most first goals.
How many games is it going to take?
Between those two?
Yes.
Oh. 6.
6.
Mhm.
Okay.
What do you think?
I'm fluctuating between 6 and 7.
Okay.
I don't know if I want a game 7 between them. I don't want a series between them, to be honest. But, yeah, I think they would keep that even.
Man, what if every game was 1-0?
Ugh. Oh.
It could be exciting if it's still like going back and forth. It's just a goaltender duel.
Right. But
If it's not that. And it probably wouldn't be that with how the Islanders play.
right.
That would be rough to watch. What if the Islanders play Vegas? How many games?
6.
6? Who wins?
Vegas.
Vegas?
Yeah.
All right.
I want Vegas to win a cup.
Mm-hmm.
This year doesn't feel right, but if the Islanders beat Tampa, then I want Vegas to win.
Man, what if Vegas wins the cup this year and then Seattle comes in next season and then Vegas starts to suck, but Seattle's really good? It's like they just passed the baton to the newest expansion team.
What if the next season's playoffs is between Vegas and Seattle?
It would have to be the conference final.
Ah, shit. You're right.
I don't even know if that would work because they'd be in the same division.
Well, because Seattle's going to be in the West, obviously.
Mm-hmm. I don't know which
Who are they moving around to be able to fit?
They're putting Arizona in the Central. And we're getting Colorado back.
Okay, so on the map, here's California.
Mm-hmm. Arizona's
Is this Arizona
right there.
or is
Yep.
this? Okay, I was wondering where New Mexico was.
Next to Arizona.
Okay, between Arizona and Texas?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The heck?
I think. I don't know. I didn't know where Massachusetts was. Don't listen to me.
You sound so confident in your answers, though.
I'm confidently unconfident.
Okay, well,
They don't
either
teach
way,
us geography in school.
I clearly remember geography in like 7th grade.
I remember having to learn all the names of the states and their capitals, but I don't think they told us where they were.
Yeah.
There's here's the names.
I still know the song, and I can list every state in the country. But they also had us memorize every country in every continent. which I could not do now. But in 7th grade, you bet I gotcha.
Because they teach it like once, and they're like,
Yeah,
okay,
and
you
they're
don't
like, all
have
right,
to
you're
know
good
that.
for the rest of your life now.
Yep. And then everything else is American-centric.
Yeah.
White American-centric.
White American-centric.
What were we talking about?
Vegas,
where Arizona is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're coming to the Central, which, again, doesn't make any fucking sense. But
No, it
whatever. This is the NHL. Nothing makes
But
sense.
Chicago is staying in the West?
Yeah.
Over here.
Uh-huh.
Down here. This is West.
Yeah. I mean,
This goes
Nashville's
here.
in the West, too.
It's so
They're further east than we are.
weird. Okay.
I don't know. Anywho, what should we talk about next? The AHL. How about that?
Okay, let's go.
So yesterday, I believe it was, they gave the Yannick Dupree Memorial Award to all of the athletic trainers in the league.
Snaps for that.
Yeah, it's usually
okay.
given out to Man of the Year
Okay.
for his outstanding contributions to his local community. So it's usually given to a player,
Okay.
but they just gave it to all
Oh,
of the
okay.
athletic trainers league-wide
I like that.
since they had to deal with all the COVID
All the
nonsense.
COVID.
Yeah.
Good for them.
I thought that was a nice move.
Yeah.
The
definitely.
NHL could never.
New.
And the IceHogs have re-signed a couple players.
Yeah, they have.
First was Dylan McLaughlin.
Uh-huh.
Second was Chris Wilkie.
Yeah, with
His
the face.
He's back.
He's
We
back
could
with his
continue
face.
using the meme.
Yes.
And today they signed Dmitry Osipov.
I'm so happy to have him back. I am. I love him.
I didn't know that his contract was up. But apparently it was.
Did you watch the interview that they released?
I did not.
He's still playing with Indy.
He
Right
was.
now.
They were eliminated.
When?
A day or two ago?
Because they released that interview today after he's signing.
Pretty sure they were eliminated.
What the heck? When did they record that
I
then?
will tell you if they. That's not helpful at all, actually. Schedule? Sure. Playoffs. Yeah. That also doesn't help me. Is there a bracket? There's a bracket. Cool. It doesn't say who won or lost. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they got...
Yeah, they got beat by the Swamp Rabbits.
Why would they release that?
They probably recorded it a few days ago.
So he knew he was getting re-signed?
I guess. Or they did re-sign him a few days ago and just announced it today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well...
He was playing with them.
Yeah, he was.
I watched their first game, and then they lost, so I didn't watch the second game.
Uh-huh.
And
As
then
it-
they
as
just
it
lost
goes.
the whole series.
Yikes.
So,
Whoops.
yeah. The Blackhawks have signed some players, too.
Yeah?
They signed Henrik Bjorkstrom,
Okay.
and he was the guy that we got from Florida, along with Connolly and the defenseman. Oh, my gosh. Stillman. Couldn't
yeah.
think of his name. So they signed him. They signed last year's first rounder, Lucas Reichel,
Okay.
to his ELC, and he'll probably play with the IceHogs next year.
Yeah.
So that'll be exciting.
Hell yeah.
They signed a goaltender, Arvid
Because all of the
Soderblom.
goalies.
Yeah.
All the goalies.
He was apparently one of the better Swedish goaltenders
Okay.
this past season. And yesterday, I want to say it was, they signed Jacob Poor.
Poor. Yes. I think that was yesterday.
Yeah. And I've never heard of him.
Nope.
I didn't even hear it rumored that the Hawks might be signing this free agent.
Nope.
Like, oh, there's a player signing.
Did we talk about Tommy signing overseas?
I don't think we did.
He
Matt
just
Tompkins signed
yeah,
overseas.
Yeah, he's gone.
He will
gone.
not be back with the IceHogs.
So who are our goalies then?
I don't. The only one on cap friendly was Tommy.
Well, he gone.
He is. Let's see. Go to IceHogs. They have their player tracker. I don't think they've given Kale a contract yet.
Okay.
But I could be wrong about that because I thought that they had, but then I didn't see him re-signed. So I don't know. Yeah, Kale Morris, unrestricted free agent. So we have Nalimov still, maybe? No, he's a free agent too. So we have 0 goaltenders.
Okay, cool.
Well, we have Arvid now.
Oh, right.
The Swedish goalie.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll sign one of them to bring them back.
Uh-huh. I hope to see more of Kale.
So do I.
I liked watching Kale play.
Me too.
Nalimov,
He got better
Better?
in his last game or two.
Yeah.
Oh, Tom Auburn signed a 2-year contract, so I guess he's still around.
Okay.
So we have him.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. It'll be weird.
Yes.
See how that all shakes out.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. So the Hawks for next season have 41 players under contract so far.
Ooh.
And the limit's 50.
Okay.
And they're free agents.
Oh, boy.
Alex Nylander is an RFA.
Okay.
He was injured all season.
Right.
But I'm sure they'll re-sign him because they probably want him to work out, seeing as they traded Joker for him and they want to justify that trade.
Yeah.
Zach Smith comes off the books. He's a UFA and was also injured all season.
Uh-huh.
Nikita Zadorov is an RFA.
What do you think's going to happen with Zaddy?
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it could go either way.
Well, how much does he sign for?
Last season,
Uh-huh.
or the season that just ended, his contract was $3.2 million.
Okay. I don't think he resigns for that much.
No? You think?
I don't think they'll give him that much with his play.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't the worst, but he definitely had some moments like, Zaddy, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't think he's worth that much.
No.
Do you think they resign him or no?
Oh, right. I'm like, what? I told you. Sure. Yeah. They bring him back, and then half of the fan base causes an uproar.
I mean, that's going to happen no matter what they do, because nobody's ever happy. I feel like if they do sign him, it'll happen after the expansion draft, so they don't have to protect him.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
It would make the most sense to me. I feel like anybody who's a free agent at this point, they should just wait.
Right, yeah.
So they don't have to protect him. Unless they have to meet like a certain number. Yeah. I just don't know if I would re-sign him. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 other defensemen under contract.
Okay.
Who were technically with the Blackhawks when the season ended. But those players also include Bodin and Alec Regula.
Right.
So those guys could also be sent back down to Rockford.
Uh-huh.
I just don't know if he fits, but it also depends on who Seattle takes.
Sure does.
If they somehow take Calvin DeHaan off of our hands, which it's been rumored. If they have to hit the cap floor, I mean, he's only on the books for one more season.
I mean...
And they can stick him out there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put him in a top 2 or top 4 role, but if you stick him in the bottom 2.
You talking about DeHaan?
Yeah.
I thought he had hip things.
He was injured, yeah.
He came back?
Not at the end of the season.
Oh,
no.
But like he's back now?
I have no idea.
Oh.
But they can still take him.
But why would you take a player you can't play?
To hit the cap floor.
Right.
Because he makes $4.5 million.
Oh boy, he sure does.
So if they take him off of our books, I could see them re-signing Zadorov.
Yes. That makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I would be fine if they moved on from him.
Yeah.
And I would be fine if they re-signed him. Asterisk.
Asterisk. What is the asterisk?
It has to be affordable and it has to be a short contract.
Agreed. Fully agreed.
If you want to give him 1 year, then fine. I don't care what he comes in at as long as it doesn't hinder signing other RFAs.
Exactly, yeah.
But if it's longer than 1 year, It has to be a good deal because
I would not sign him for longer than a year.
I wouldn't either. Especially because we have more contracts up after next season, including Curbs. So I would want to have as much money open as possible because you don't know what kind of season he's going to have next year.
No.
And if he just comes out guns blazing and just lights the world on fire, he's going to want money.
Yes.
So I'd have as much available as possible, and signing Zadorov to a 1-year deal wouldn't harm that.
Right.
Nope. Brandon Hagel is an RFA.
No. They better protect him.
I can't see them not re-signing him.
They have to.
They used him in so much marketing down the stretch.
Right.
You'd have to assume that they're bought in on him.
He's just such a rounded player. Just full.
You can just stick him anywhere.
And he makes things happen.
Mm-hmm. I could see, kind of like Zadorov, I could see them waiting until after the expansion draft. Although I don't know if he's even eligible to be taken.
Right.
I don't know if he's met the games played requirement or whatever to be taken in the expansion draft. But if he has, I could see them waiting until after that to sign him. It's just so they can leave protection spots open. Right. Pius Suter is an RFA.
Okay.
Do you think they re-sign him?
I didn't hate his play, but I also wasn't amazed by it. So I would be okay if they let him go. But who would they replace him with?
I don't
know. I'm not in love with him.
I think that they should re-sign him. I think there's potential there.
Okay.
But I also wouldn't go a super long contract either. If they wanted to do 1 or 2 years, I think that would be fine, as long as it's affordable.
I can see them signing a 2-year deal.
I don't know that he would come in too expensive. I mean, he was in the top 10 in scoring for the team. I don't remember exactly what his point total was, so I'm going to look that up. Stats.
That's the one.
Oh, he was number 4. He was in the top 5.
Ooh.
He had 14 goals and 13 assists in 55 games. So 27 points.
Not bad.
Yeah, I think the problem was he was just stuck playing too high in the lineup.
Yeah.
For his rookie season in the NHL. Because he was put between Kane and DeBrincat a lot. Or he was on the second line because we were missing Taves and Doc for the majority of the season. And we don't know if Taves is coming back. So I would re-sign him just for the center depth, and you kind of know what you have in him, and he would only get better.
So who would you put with Kane and DeBrincat?
Doc.
Fair.
If Taves isn't back, it would just make the most sense to play him as the first line center.
Right.
I would assume. And you could always juggle them, too. If you didn't get another center and it was just Doc and Suter, you could kind of juggle them around. If they keep Strome. If they keep Strome, then you have a third center.
I think
they should trade him.
Is Strome eligible for the expansion draft?
Yes. I believe so. I don't know that they would want to lose him for nothing, though.
That's fair.
But it depends on what his value is like around the league.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have the best year.
Not this past year, no.
Mm-mm.
He looked really good. What was it, the year before last?
Yes. Yeah, because he got the contract last offseason, I want to say. The 2-year contract. Yeah, so last year.
Yeah, he looked good, but he didn't really impress this season.
No, he just looked lost out there.
Yeah, I hate seeing guys look lost out there. Not even just because it's bad for my team, but it hurts me.
It's so frustrating. It's like, what's wrong?
Right. What's the problem?
I think I said it in the last episode, but everybody has an off day, an off game.
Absolutely.
Totally fine. But if it becomes a recurring thing, and it's for a week or 2 long stretch, it's like,
what is going on here?
Where are you?
Why are you like this?
Yeah, and it was weird because he was on the COVID protocol, I think. But he also had the concussion.
Right.
I can't recall if he missed 2 stretches. I know one was the concussion. I think he was on the protocol list. But every time he came back, he played really well.
Right.
And then it just
fizzled
fell off
out.
the cliff again. Yeah. After a game or 2.
Why?
And then down the stretch, like at the end of the season, he was a healthy scratch a lot just because he looked like garbage.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. If he doesn't have value around the league and you can't really get anything of substance for him,
right,
I would say leave him exposed for the expansion draft.
That was my first thought.
Yeah. Baby's trying to join us again. Adam Gaudette is an RFA.
I forgot we even had him.
For Matty Highmore.
Right. I know.
Sir. Would you like to tell us who you want to resign, Kat? Do you think they resign Adam Gaudette?
No.
No?
No.
I could see him going either way.
Yeah. I just... I don't know. I don't feel it.
No?
I don't feel him staying.
I think if they believe that some of their younger guys could step in and be full-time NHL players, then they won't feel the need to re-sign him.
Right.
But by all accounts, they were a fan of him for a couple of years, I want to say.
Were they?
So I could see them giving him like a 1-year deal just to see if he
to...
shows anything, especially because last season he was involved in that whole COVID nonsense in Vancouver.
Right.
So he clearly wasn't at top shape when he came over after the deadline. Whether he was still recovering or just like getting back up to game speed after having COVID.
Right.
So I could see them giving him a 1-year shot.
Okay.
And he put up a couple of points with the team once he came over. But I could also see them just being like, meh. No, thank you.
See, that's kind of how I feel.
Yeah. I feel that way about a lot of these players. I feel like, David Kampf, RFA.
I think they do re-sign him.
I think they do too.
Not for long term. Maybe like 2 or 3.
Okay. He made $1 million last year.
Okay.
Do you think it won't go under that?
No.
Do you think it goes much over that?
Not much, no.
I would hope not, especially since he played on the fourth line.
Right. No, I don't want him to make a bajillion dollars. But
I mean, they also played him between Kane and Kat a lot.
Right. They were just throwing people in there like,
year.
what do you do?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was a really weird season. But I mean, if you're missing your top 2 centers for the majority of the year, it's going to be that way.
Yeah.
But as long as he stays in like
I do feel him staying though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he definitely has Jeremy's trust.
Yes.
And he's one of the best face-off guys on the team.
Right.
And he's like an elite fourth liner, which doesn't
it sounds weird, but it makes sense.
It doesn't sound like the best compliment. Like, oh, he's an elite fourth liner.
But like,
it's so
you got to
important.
have somebody there.
Exactly. And those guys are usually like your shutdown guys.
Yeah.
And so he's good on the penalty kill and again, the face-offs.
Right.
Like
that's another thing we missed this season with Taves being gone was all of the face-off wins he brought.
Yes. That's a good point. That was such a big loss.
It really was.
That was rough. That's why you had Kampf starting the overtimes to win that first face-off.
Yeah.
And then if he didn't win, he'd stay on and play the defensive role until they got the puck back. And if he did win it, he was like, oh, off the ice I go. Yeah. Here comes Kane.
Right.
But if we had Taves back, he could just stay out there.
Uh-huh.
I hope he's back.
Me too. Not only for the team's sake, but just for him.
Yeah.
I hope he's good.
That would mean that he's better or mostly better.
Better.
On the road to better.
Whatever better means.
Yeah.
Don't know what's wrong with him.
Yeah. If he does come back, I think it would be smart to just have a press conference before the season and just get it over with.
Yes, because otherwise he's gonna that same question over and over and over every single game. Mm-hmm. Like, how does it feel to be back after a year gone?
Exactly.
It's like, what was wrong with you?
Like I told the other guy.
Right, exactly. Go listen to the other press conference.
I think that would be the smartest thing to do. Be like, he'll answer questions now and then
never again.
Never again. But who knows if he'll even be back?
I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah. They said he's on track to start at training camp.
Yeah.
But, like, not guaranteed.
Yeah. So it's still just unknown.
There's nobody has known anything at all for this whole time.
I don't even know what the point of saying that was.
Right, because it's just continuing the unknown.
Right. Like, just don't
we still don't know what's going on, all right?
Yeah. It's so frustrating, and not in the fact that he owes us the information.
No, not at all.
Just that people keep bringing it up.
Yes,
like, what's
it's
wrong
like,
with
just
these?
fucking leave him alone. He'll tell us when he's ready.
Yeah.
But I do see, like, I obviously feel like, hey, what the fuck's going on? But
it's like, totally natural to be curious and worried for him.
100%. That's different than feeling entitled to that information.
Yeah. Like, he has to tell us what's going on.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't have to tell you shit.
No. He sure doesn't. Vinny Hinostroza is a UFA.
Is he really?
He is.
I feel like they do re-sign him.
I feel like they do,
I hope they do. I like seeing him out there. He's that speed that kid has. It's not going away. And I feel like that's really valuable.
Especially with what he showed after he came over at the deadline or right before the deadline, whenever it was. Uh-huh. Especially coming from Florida. I think he had 0 points.
Yeah, they wouldn't play him correctly.
He had like 9 games.
Yeah.
And then he comes to Chicago and was like, you want assists? I got assists.
I gotcha.
It was crazy. And he loves playing for Jeremy.
Uh-huh. He was one of the original IceHogs on that team that got so far.
A hometown kid.
Yep.
I think they re-signed him. He made $1 million last year.
That goes up for sure.
I think it goes up, but not by much.
No?
Maybe they give him a 1-year like tryout deal, like 1.5 or 2 million.
Okay. I was thinking 2 or 2.5 for a year or two.
I would be fine with 2.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it doesn't sound like that much of a difference, like 2 million or 2.5 million. But then you have to think about the next contract too. So I would go up to 2 million if it's a year or 2.
Okay.
I think that would be fine. I still want to have as much money available the next season as possible because there's a lot of free agents. Yeah, there are. And we don't know how many of these current free agents are only going to sign a 1-year deal, so they'd also be up next season. So I feel like after going through all of those names, I'm like, they're probably just going to bring everybody back. They're not going to make any changes.
No, they have to, though. They have to. The team that they put out... Something. It's frustrating because the team that they put out last year, on paper, is great. Not great, but they could do it.
Good enough.
But the performance...
Yeah. It was the tale of 2 seasons, right? Like, they looked really good until about the halfway point, and then March happened.
They started out really bad. They did one of these again.
Yeah, they did start out really bad.
A whole other big hump.
It was
started
really
out terrible, got pretty good, got everybody's hopes up about the playoffs, and then fucking fell off.
That's why I refused to say that they were a good team.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fully fair.
And especially, like, watching the playoffs now, I'm like,
no. That team couldn't have done shit. No.
They're not even close. What do you think that they would need in order to be competitive in the playoffs? Basing it off of the team that they iced last season.
Okay.
Where do they need to fix things, and what would you put in there?
You always hear from these players about how good the organization is and how much they provide for them and how they're totally catered to. They have everything they could possibly need. Why would that not make you want to work harder? Because going to another team where they don't have all those amenities and they don't have all the catering and
you don't live in fucking Chicago,
dude, like, I don't know how to make them care more. I do like the zest that the young players have shown. Like, we obviously need to move on from the older core, like, slowly. We need to integrate more. But, like, I don't understand what they're missing. I wish I could tell you what they're missing and just be like, hey, that's the problem right there. If they just fix that, everything would be good.
I think it's because there's more than one.
More than one what?
Problem.
To fix. Gotcha. So what's their problems? What are their problems?
Oh, gosh.
Where do you start?
So, I mean, getting another goaltender, first of all.
Okay.
Because nobody expected Kevin to come in and play like he did this year.
No,
so then it would have been...
Did,
between Malcolm Subban and Colin Delia.
Right.
And while I like both of them, neither of them are a starting goaltender in the NHL.
I agree.
And I don't think either of them get to that level to where they are a starting goaltender in the NHL. A backup? Sure. A very good backup? Sure.
Yeah.
but not a starting goaltender.
Wait, do we still have Subban?
We do.
Okay.
All of them are signed for next season.
So Colin, Malcolm, Kevin.
and Arvid. Yep, they're all signed for next season.
But Arvid is supposed to play in the...
He's likely playing in Rockford.
Oh. I was gonna say,
but he's on an NHL deal, so they could call him up, and if he just shows up like Kevin did in training camp, then you never know.
Yeah.
And
so what do you suggest they do in terms of goalies?
You either move on from one of them.
Uh-huh.
I think they both require waivers.
Uh-huh.
We're just assuming that Kevin is in the NHL. So I'm talking about the other two.
Okay. Colin and Malcolm.
Colin and Malcolm, yeah. I think they both require waivers.
Yes, they do. I don't see them sending Malcolm down. I don't see it.
But I don't know that he would be claimed if they did put him on waivers.
True.
Especially if they were able to sneak him on there at a time when everybody's adjusting their rosters and there's multiple goaltenders, then there would probably be goaltenders better than him or that have more potential if they're younger.
Right.
But yeah, like you, I don't see them doing it.
No.
That would be very interesting. I would be interested to see him play for the IceHogs.
Oh, I would love that. I think
it would be great. I just don't think they do it, and I don't think he would be happy with that.
That's what I'm saying. I don't feel like he would accept being sent to the AHL.
With Colin,
that's such a toss-up, dude. You never know what you're going to get.
You really don't. It's so chaotic. When I watch Fleury play, I am reminded of Colin.
Really?
If Colin hit that elite level of goaltender.
Right.
Because they're just chaotic.
It's so
and you never know what's going to happen. And when they're playing well, they make the chaos work for them.
Yes, they do.
And Fleury just has perfected that.
Yeah.
Whereas Colin is very up and down because he's not an elite Hall of Fame goaltender like Fleury is. I'm not saying that. Just their play
Watch
style.
out. He's watching us.
Sorry, Colin. But you're not a Hall of Fame goaltender. I'm very sorry.
I am very sorry.
But that's what I see when I watch those two. It's very similar.
I see it.
Yeah. I don't think he would be happy being sent down.
No.
As much as he would give you the lip service.
Oh, of course. Yeah. You know he would.
Yeah. But. And I mean, I'm sure he likes the IceHogs, but everybody wants to be in the NHL.
Of course. They want to move on from the minor league teams.
I just don't think it would be a great look to bring back all of the same goaltenders and start the season that way with how it went last year.
Right.
Like Kevin looked great, and then he didn't look great for stretches. So I don't know if he's your starter, if you can go out and get a better goaltender, and he's your backup or a 1B option. If they go that route, like a Fleury and a Leonard. Obviously not the same level. Don't mistake me. Not saying that. Just 1A and 1B. That's all I'm saying here. If they went that route, I don't know what goaltenders are free agents or if they make a trade for one.
Right.
But I think they need to fix the goaltending. They need to add a more stable goaltender in there.
Agreed.
Even if it's like a veteran backup who can just come in and win the games when he plays.
Cam Ward?
No. No. Do not bring him out of retirement. I don't want this.
Kenneth.
I don't want this.
Don't want that at all.
I mean, I think Tuukka Rask is a free agent. Don't do that. He doesn't want to play anywhere but Boston.
No, he doesn't. That man has some passion.
He does. I think it would be wonderful.
I would love it, honestly.
But he doesn't want to play anywhere but Boston. And I don't think that Blackhawks fans would like him. But they don't like any goaltenders, so it doesn't really matter.
They don't.
If the Hawks could just get Chris Driedger from Florida.
Ooh.
I think he's an RFA, though. I don't think he's a UFA.
Ooh.
I can look, but I don't think he's a UFA. So you'd have to give him something. And I don't want to give whatever the cost would be. Oh, he's a UFA.
Oh, shit.
If the Blackhawks
if they can do that.
Chris Driedger. But I also don't see them making that kind of a splash because the Hawks just don't.
Well.
And it's annoying. But it's also mostly because they've been in cap hell from winning 3 cups in 6 years.
Yeah.
So they haven't really had the money to do so. And they haven't had the need to do so.
Right.
At least in the goaltending realm, because they had Crawford. God, if they could do that.
Oh, that'd be real nice.
If they could do that, that would fix the goaltending. You could have Drieger as your number 1, Lankinen as your number 2, and you just gotta hope like hell they come back and play next season like they did this year.
Right.
And then you just do whatever with Subban and Delia. You maybe try to send Colin down and give Subban a trade to somewhere he wants to go.
He started in the NHL in Vegas, right?
Boston.
He
was Tuukka's backup.
Oh.
And then he went to Vegas.
Okay.
Yep.
I didn't know.
It all comes back to Tuukka Rask.
It all comes back to him. No.
Who was a Toronto Maple Leaf, and then they traded him.
Was he really?
I'm pretty sure he was drafted by Toronto.
Ooh.
I'm looking that up now just to verify that.
Tuukka.
Yeah. Drafted by the Toronto Maple Leafs in 2005.
Oh, boy.
Could you imagine?
Here we go.
If Tuukka had been a Maple Leaf the entire time, what that would look like for the Leafs?
Oh, boy.
They could have run a tandem of Tuukka Rask and James Reimer.
Ooh!
Who says no? Who says no?
Nobody says no.
Nobody says no.
Damn.
Yeah. Like, so I went to the Wikipedia page for Tuukka, right?
Okay.
And it's talking about the trade from Toronto. It says, the trade has since been examined as one of the worst trades in Maple Leafs franchise history. Because the Toronto Maple Leafs drafted Rask in the first round, 21st overall, in 2005.
All right.
However, before playing a regular season game for Toronto, he was traded to the Boston Bruins in exchange for former Calder Memorial Trophy winning goaltender Andrew Raycroft. Toronto management had deemed Justin Pogge their potential goaltender of the future, rendering Rask expendable. It was later revealed that the Bruins intended to release Raycroft, which would have made him available to Toronto without having to give up Rask.
Oh, boy.
The team is cursed. We're not talking about Toronto. I can't go back there.
Wait, but
Blackhawks.
No, okay, we can talk about this.
What were you gonna say?
No, we can talk about it later.
No, I want to hear it.
I just want to know what you think. What's going to happen with Freddie?
Oh, he's not going to be back in
Oh
Toronto.
no, of course not. But where's he going?
What if he came to Chicago?
Frederik Andersen and Kevin Delia? Is that what you're suggesting?
Delia?
Kevin Delia.
Are we combining them into one human?
Smash them right together. Kevin Lankinen is what I meant to say.
Colin's chaos with like Kevin's calm demeanor.
Oh man, that would be one hell of a goalie. Flurry. Damn, you're right. Okay.
Huh. Kevin Delia. All right, that made me laugh. So Freddie and Kevin.
Damn. At this point.
Go ahead.
No, at this point, is Freddie even like enough to be the starter?
I don't think so. Is he even like whole enough with all of the injuries that he's had?
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Do you try him as a backup to Kevin?
You could try.
Are they just 2 1Bs? There's no 1A?
There's no 1A. I feel like a lot of teams have that though. What?
That'll be the splash that Chicago makes.
They get Frederik Andersen
instead of Chris Drieger. Oh God, this is happening now.
No. No, it's fine. Okay.
No, it's not, because it's going to happen.
Because we spoke it into the universe.
I didn't even think about it. All I thought about in regards to Freddie is he won't be a Maple Leaf next year. I didn't think of where he would go. And now we know he's coming here, and that's going to be our one splash of the offseason. It's going to be like the same summer where we signed Cam Ward, Brandon Manning, and Chris Kunitz.
Oh my God, that was a hell of a summer.
And that was free agency. I'm pretty sure that was the same year that Toronto signed John Tavares. So it's like we had one team like, oh my God, and the other like, what? But I've felt that way about this team for a very long time. So what are you doing?
Right.
Why is this what you chose to do?
Yeah.
So that's what they're going to do?
Okay. Frederick Anderson is going to be a Hawk.
God damn it. I'm looking up the free agents for this summer.
Oh, boy.
Position. Goaltender.
Woo.
Update results. Tuukka Rask. Frederick Anderson. Pecorine. Although he confirmed he was retiring, didn't he?
Oh, did he?
Or did he say he would be open to playing somewhere else?
I don't know.
Was it him where I read that?
I haven't heard one way or another. What if we got Pekka? What if Pekka came to Chicago? Chicago.
Chicago?
Chicago.
Pekka to Chicago. Could you?
I can't picture it at all.
That's a cursed image in my brain.
Oh, yeah.
I just tried to picture him in a Hawks jersey.
I can't do it. All I see is yellow.
I see like a black hole.
All I see is yellow.
I'm not even speaking that into the universe. No. So after that, Devin Dubnyk, hard no. Antti Ranta. What if they brought him back?
That would be true Hawks fashion.
It would. That would be a good move, too. He's 32. He does have the injury problems, but if he doesn't have to be the starter...
Right.
I don't know that he would come back to Chicago to be a backup again. But he could challenge Kevin for the starting role when he's healthy.
Yeah.
He had a .905 this year with a 3.36 goals against average. His record was 5-5 in Arizona. So, weigh that as you will. I wouldn't hate it.
I wouldn't hate it either. I just don't...
I don't think it'll happen.
No.
I think it would be a decent move. I don't think it'll happen, but I wouldn't hate it.
Fair.
James Reimer. What if he goes and is the backup to Jack Campbell?
That's what I was just going to say.
That would be the most pure goaltending tandem
I need it.
You could ever have.
I need it.
Like, the crease would just sparkle. It would be like when you catch a shiny Pokemon. It would just sparkle.
Yes. I need that to happen in Toronto, yes.
That would just be such a good move for the Leafs.
Yes.
With how much ill will they gained with the fan base by doing what they did in the playoffs. They signed James Reimer to be Campbell's backup.
Oh my God, that would get everybody back on board.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's Leafs fans that are like, fuck that guy.
Well, there's always going to be fans of any team going, fuck that guy. But
Blackhawks fans did not like Corey Crawford, despite what people outside of the organization and fan base thought. Riddle me that one.
I cannot.
But man, James Reimer backing up Campbell.
Yeah, dude.
I like it.
I like it a lot.
Come on, Dubas.
Let's talk about Blackhawks, though.
Right. That one. I'm just so disappointed in them. Okay.
No, I feel it.
Philip Grubauer. I'm sure Colorado resigns him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That would be a dumb move if they didn't.
Yeah.
Peter Mrazek.
Oh, wow.
All right. So Mrazek and Reimer are UFAs. I think they choose one of them. You know, they probably re-sign Mrazek, let Reimer go to Toronto because they have Nedeljkovic.
Yeah. Okay, yes. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Ned is still signed, and he's their goalie of the future, so they're going to keep him anyway. I would keep Mrazek as the backup.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I just want it to happen so bad. I was looking for a Blackhawks goaltender, and then we just came upon Reimer's name.
Yeah.
You know, that's all I can picture is a sparkling goaltending crease.
Wait, you want Reimer in...
No, in Toronto.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm distracted.
Okay,
I can't think about who should go to Chicago.
I was like, wait, I thought we agreed.
Yeah, Carolina probably keeps Mrazek, although I think it would be better for them to get a better goaltender.
Yeah, like
not
have him as the top guy?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
I mean, like, maybe Nedeljkovic takes the starting role. Their goaltending has been, like, the questionable spot on their roster, right? Because, like, they have one of the best defenses in the league. Their forward core can just score at will, usually, unless it's against Tampa, apparently. And they have a lot of young guys on their forward core. And it's just always been a big question mark in net.
Yeah.
They went from Cam Ward to Peter Mrazek.
Yep.
I don't know, but if Ned takes a step forward in the offseason, you got your goaltending tandem there.
Yeah, you got a point.
He looked good in the playoffs until they came up against Tampa, but not many young goaltenders are going to look great against the Lightning.
No.
Especially when they have fucking Kucherov back. Anyway, Jonathan Bernier out of Detroit. You know,
what are his stats?
He had a .914 save percentage in Detroit.
How?
And a 2.99 goals against average.
That's it?
Yep. His record was 9-11, but Detroit. Like they couldn't score goals.
No. That's why I'm also surprised that his goals against is less than 3.
I know, right? Yeah,
wow.
he was good this year. Just
Detroit
the rest
just
of the
wasn't.
team sucked. I don't want it. I wouldn't hate it. But I don't want it.
I don't want it.
I would probably be mad if it did happen.
Yeah.
But right now I say that I wouldn't hate it. Once it was actually announced.
Yeah.
Especially because they'd probably give him a bigger contract that whenever Chris Drieger ends up getting.
Yeah.
Anyway. David Riddick. Toronto, do you think they re-sign him? When they have the opportunity to bring back James.
Right. I can't see it.
He didn't play too well for him once he came over, and he wasn't super great for Calgary either.
Right. That's why I don't see...
I don't know, if they want to run a 3-goalie system, then maybe.
In Toronto?
Mm-hmm. I'm just assuming they bring Reimer back because I want it to happen so badly.
Fully with you.
Like, this is the third goaltender out there in the universe.
Huh.
I don't know. Like, I could see it because they gave up, what was it, like a 3rd-round pick or something? It wasn't anything huge, but to get the goaltending insurance. Jack Campbell's obviously your starter.
Yes.
He's only 28.
Campbell or...
Riddick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I really don't know.
I think that would only work with 3-goalie system.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think if it was just Campbell and Riddick, it would be... Oh, I don't like that. No. If it's a 3-goalie system, sure, but I don't want just a 1-2 punch of those guys.
Right, no.
You need to give Campbell a better backup so he doesn't feel the need to play injured all of the time like he did this year.
One.
Carter Hutton.
Oh.
We bring him back?
Let's fucking do it. Let's go.
I don't know. He's coming from Buffalo.
What were his stats in Buffalo?
He had an .886 goal save percentage and a .347 goals against average.
Oh boy!
His
oh
no! His record was 1-10.
Oh no!
Stay far away.
Buffalo.
far away.
Oh, that poor man though. That poor man though. You can't blame that all on him.
No.
Buffalo was an absolute shit show to the max.
That's why they got the first overall pick.
Absolutely.
Oof.
Oh, God.
1-10.
Poor man.
They never should have made him their starter. He's not a starting goaltender.
No. Who is his backup?
Allmark? Yeah, Linus Allmark. Who had a record of 9-6. And he had a 9-17.
Okay.
So it was kind of just...
might have been part of him.
Yeah, it's just Hutton. Anders Nielsen, I forgot he existed.
I'm not fully aware of who this is.
I think that he came through Rockford at one point.
Did he really?
Yeah. I don't know that he ever played for the IceHogs. But I think that at one point he was a part of the organization because of a trade or something.
Makes sense.
Yaroslav Halak is a UFA out of Boston. I wonder if he retires or if he comes back to play for somebody.
Right.
I don't know. Like, Boston has Swayman now, so I doubt that they would re-sign him. Right. And I'm sure they bring back Tuukka Rask if he wants to continue playing. I could just see him retiring.
Yeah.
He's had a long career. Ilya Sorokin. I'm sure he's a RFA. And the Islanders will re-sign him. It's not even worth talking about. UC Saros is a free agent?
Huh.
Nashville. What? is your goaltending going to look like? I'm sure they bring back Saros, but I don't think Pekka's coming back to Nashville.
I can't picture him anywhere else, though.
It's cursed.
Every time I think of him, it's just yellow.
Yep.
It's all yellow.
You just see mustard.
So much mustard yellow.
Now I'm just...
Both just collectively sighed.
Because it's so cursed that it's going to happen.
Oh, God. Can you...
And it makes me ill.
Would you hate it?
Yes.
You would hate it?
I would hate it.
What
I don't
if he
care
was
how...
good?
I don't care. I don't care. It's not like he'd win a cup. He renays every time you get to the playoffs.
Ooh, he do choke. He do choke.
Henrik Lundqvist. Who knows if he's coming back? Mike Smith.
Can you imagine?
I don't think I could watch.
I don't think you would.
I don't think I could watch him as a Hawks goaltender.
Oh, no.
I think it would just be Toronto all season.
Yeah.
And the IceHogs. I couldn't. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Oh, the Mike Smith hate is strong this way.
Oh, my God. Ugh.
All right, who's up next?
He had a .923 save percentage in the regular season.
Okay.
He had a good regular season. Playoffs? Mm-hmm. Laurent Brossoit. Brossoit? He is a free agent. I don't think he would upgrade our net at all.
No.
Curtis McElhinney. Nope. He wasn't even great for Tampa. I want nothing to do with that.
Fair.
Ryan Miller retired. Adam Huska is a goaltender.
I don't know who that is.
Me either. He's in the New York Rangers organization.
Well, all right. Then.
Or he was. He's a free agent this summer. Ilya Samsonov in Washington. I'm sure he's an RFA. He's only 24.
Yeah.
They'll re-sign him. Veni Vevalainen.
Veni?
Yes.
Veni Vevalainen. Yeah.
Toronto
Vevi
got him in a
Vevalainen.
trade. I don't recall from who. And he played for the Marlies mostly. He might just disappear. Colton Point is a goaltender out of the Dallas organization. He's only 23. He's probably an RFA then. Igor Shesterkin. Oh, the Rangers are going to be interesting with their goaltenders because they have Shesterkin and they have Georgiev. Do they keep them both?
Ooh.
I don't
know.
I mean, you do have a good 1A, 1B there if you do keep both
Right.
of them. I guess it would probably depend on what Shesterkin wants as a contract.
True.
But he's still only 25. Chris Drieger. I want it.
Bring him here.
It's never going to happen.
Shh, it's fine.
He's 27. He had a 927
Ooh.
save percentage and 2.07 goals against average.
What's his record?
14, 6, and 3.
Okay. Bring him this way.
It's never going to happen.
But if it did.
He made not league minimum, but close to league minimum this year. He made $850,000.
It was under $1 million.
That just hurts. Adam Werner out of the Colorado organization. RFA. Oh, I didn't even notice the whole RFA UFA column over here. I'm like, yeah, he's probably an
Probably.
RFA. I didn't even see that. Ryan Bednard. Didn't know that was a goaltender out of Florida. Giles Sin.
I know these.
Never heard of that player.
These names are less and less familiar as we go down the list.
Aiden Hill out of Arizona.
I do know him.
He's an RFA.
I wonder if he got a haircut.
Did he have long hair?
He had long hair when he played against us, against the
Against
IceHogs.
the IceHogs, yeah.
I liked watching him.
Remember when we played teams that weren't in the Central Division?
Barely.
Joseph Wall in Toronto. They'll re-sign him. Aaron Dell. I don't think Jersey will re-sign him, but I also don't want him. Vasily Demchenko.
That's a
in
name.
Montreal. Emil Larmy. Who are all of these players?
Couldn't tell you.
Stuart Skinner in Edmonton. RFA. We're just getting to a lot of RFAs. Oh, UFA. Kevin Boyle in Detroit. All I can think about is him playing for Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
No. Stay far away. Evan Fitzpatrick. Philip Gustafson out of Ottawa. More RFAs. It's not even worth looking at them because we won't get them. Calvin Pickard. I didn't even realize he was with Detroit. He played 2 games. No, 6 games this year, but his record was 2-1, so he probably came in relief or he was yanked.
Right.
One of the two. Alex Nedeljkovic is a RFA. Oh no, all of their goaltenders are free agents. All of them. They all need new contracts.
Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh. I didn't realize that.
Nope.
Oh no.
Yikes.
What is their goaltending going to cost?
Oh boy.
Like, I can't see Ned asking for too much.
But.
Like, maybe he does a bridge deal.
Okay.
But then you have Mrazek.
Yeah.
Or do you go with somebody else?
Don't know.
Carter Hart is a free agent.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I wonder what he's going to get signed to, because he did not have a good year.
Right.
877 save percentage.
Ouch.
He went 9-11-1.
No.
That's rough.
Oh boy.
That's rough.
Yikes.
Let's see. I want to see who else is going to be free agent now.
This is a fun page.
This is fun.
Thanks, Cat Friendly.
God, best website. All right. Ooh, the top ones. Alex Ovechkin. What if he doesn't resign?
Dude, he has to.
That would look so wrong.
I don't want him anywhere else.
Me either.
It's unacceptable. He must resign.
Oh, that would just look so weird.
That would be painful. It's still weird seeing freaking Chara.
Yeah, it
not
is.
not
in Boston.
Yeah.
Ugh. Ryan Getzlaf is a free agent. I can't picture him anywhere else other than Anaheim. That'd be weird too. It's like all these old guys.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta stay with your
You gotta
team.
stay.
You can't mess this up in my brain. Taylor Hall.
Oh God.
What happens with Taylor Hall?
How is he?
Oh man. So he had 2 goals in Buffalo, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
So he ended up getting 8 in Boston because he ended the season with 10.
Uh-huh.
He was really good in the playoffs for them.
Yep.
Do they re-sign him?
Where else is he going?
I don't know.
Who wants
Taylor Hall?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on which Taylor Hall you
That's
get, right?
just
Like,
it.
do you get Buffalo Taylor Hall or do you get Boston
I
playoffs Taylor
do
Hall?
think that Buffalo is a place to go to kill your love of hockey.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I don't think he's ever going to put up those low of numbers again.
No.
Until he gets
Which is why
old and
it's so
decrepit.
hard for me to think about these goalies and how terrible they were in Buffalo.
Yeah.
It's like, how...
When you have one that has significantly better numbers than the other
yes,
one.
yes. But, like, it's just hard to really hold that too much against them.
Yeah.
Because it's Buffalo.
Yeah.
What needs to happen in Buffalo?
Relocation. They just need to
take it out completely.
Yeah.
Oh,
really,
man.
they just need to start from like the top down, just like the Bears. Just get rid of the owners.
I don't want to talk about the
Get
Bears
rid of
right
the
now.
GM. They just hired a new coach, so maybe give him another season. Ugh, they just need to burn it to the ground.
Yeah. Burn it
But
all.
gun to your head, yes or no, did Boston re-sign Taylor Hall?
First thought is no.
Oh,
But
hot take.
The bigger thought behind that is like, well, duh, of course he's gonna resign there.
So
But
no.
but my first gut instinct is just no. But then there's the bigger thought behind me. What do you think?
It's interesting. I mean, David Krejci's also a free agent. Tuukka Rask is a free agent. If they don't bring either of those guys back, and it depends on what Taylor Hall wants. He made $8 million this year, but it was only a one-year contract. Yeah. But if he's somewhere that he actually likes to play, where you can have success, maybe he would take a little bit off of that. Like, if I signed in Buffalo, I'd be like, $12 million,
exactly.
please. I gotta say yes.
Yes.
Just because of how he performed for them in the playoffs.
I agree.
It was obnoxious.
Yes.
And I'm kind of glad that they got kicked out.
Yes. It was interesting seeing him in that uniform.
Like, I was kind of happy for him, but it was Boston.
Yeah, so like it's of course you're gonna feel happy for him because it's like, wow, this kid escaped Buffalo and now he's flourishing.
Yeah.
And then you're like, but he's a fucking Bruin.
Right. Ew. I really wish this trade didn't work out for them. It was disgusting. So I'm glad that they like made it to the second round so he could get there, and then they were kicked.
Right.
Patrick Laine.
Oh God.
Patrick Laine.
Really?
He's an RFA.
Shit.
What does Columbus do?
I don't know.
Like, they're getting a new coach. Tortorella's not coming back.
Right. Can you see them with a different coach?
Not at this point. It's going to be weird. So I feel like he'd be more open to signing because he won't have Torts as a coach.
Okay.
And if you don't re-sign him, you really lose that trade.
Yeah, you do.
Pierre-Luc Dubois. And Laine was supposed to be the big part of that trade, and yet Jack Roslovic was a lot better than him.
Oh, boy.
Maybe it's a sign-and-trade type deal. They send him somewhere else after giving him the contract.
Okay.
I could see that. I would hope for Columbus's sake and Columbus fans' sake if he returns to, like, scoring Laine and not just whatever he was this year.
Yeah.
It would be good for them if he resigns and just plays there and plays well.
Uh-huh.
That will be an interesting one to watch.
Yes.
Brandon Saad is a UFA. Do they bring him back again?
I mean, they keep doing it, so yeah, I think they do.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised.
No.
I don't want it. Nothing against Saad, even. I just don't think that spot exists for him.
No.
I think it would be great if Colorado re-signs him because he was really
good with them. Yeah,
especially in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
He was all over the place.
Goal-scoring streak or something. Yeah. So I hope for his sake and just his happiness that Colorado re-signs him.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the regular season, he had 15 goals for them. Not bad at all. But I could also see Chicago re-signing him because that's just they do.
Just please don't.
David Backes is retiring?
He must be. He's getting up there.
Did I make that up? I could have made that up.
I would believe it.
Maybe I didn't.
I would believe it either way.
Yeah. Either way, I want nothing to do with him. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is a UFA. What happens?
I don't know.
Like, if you're Edmonton.
I'm sorry.
Yes. End conversation. Like, you would want to re-sign him, right?
Yes.
But if you're him, and you're just a UFA, you can go wherever the hell you want.
Yeah, you're not stuck there.
Wouldn't you say, get me out of here?
I personally would.
I mean, on one hand, you get to play with Connor McDavid.
Yeah.
On another hand, he's a center, so they don't play together often, but he also plays wing. Oh, but year after year of failure, and he's just been with them for so long. He was drafted by them, and he's 28 now.
Oh my God.
That's 10 years of failure.
You poor thing.
I would be like, get me the fuck out of here.
Absolutely. But,
But some guys just have weird loyalty and just stick around, no matter what happens. That'll be another interesting one to watch.
I don't know which way that goes.
That might be more interesting than Laine. Oh, man. Alexander Edler in Vancouver. That would be weird if he went to a different team. Brandon Dubinsky, I thought he didn't play this year. Dougie Hamilton will be interesting.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited for that one.
Me too. As long as the Blackhawks don't offer him a massive contract.
Yeah.
I don't think that he would fix the problems that they have. And that's not to say that he's not a great defenseman.
Right. No.
Not a great player. But we have enough offensive defensemen.
Yes.
And I feel like... Is he trying to climb that
Yes.
chair? Sir. Cat, do you want Dougie Hamilton? Is that what this is? Is that you saying you want the Blackhawks to sign Hamilton? I don't think that they need what he brings, and they need more...
Which is not to say what he brings is not valuable.
Exactly.
It just doesn't fit the puzzle that is the Blackhawks.
Yeah, you can't just throw a bunch of great players on a team and say this is going to work. Look at Toronto. I don't think he would fix the Hawks' issues. So it'll be interesting to see where he ends up.
But there's so many people that are like, oh my God, what if he comes here? Just because they hear the name.
Mm-hmm. You hear a big name, you're like, I want it.
It's like, yes, bring it here.
It's the shiny
but it's
toy.
like you got to think about what part of the puzzle he is, though.
Exactly.
And yeah.
And who would you pair him with?
Right.
And, especially if Seattle doesn't take DeHaan.
Ooh.
You have a lot of money in that back end.
Yeah.
That still won't be great. I don't want Dougie Hamilton, but I hope he goes to a team that I like.
Oh, yeah.
Gabriel Landeskog. I would die if he came to Chicago.
In a good way or a bad way?
Yes.
In a good way?
Yes.
Okay.
I think he would be a great player for the Hawks, but it's hard to see Colorado moving on from their captain.
I was going to say, you really think he leaves?
I don't know. Like, people have been saying that they might just move on from him.
How old is he?
28. So he's still got a lot of good
years left. Yeah, he's right in
him.
that pocket where it's like he's not a rookie anymore, obviously.
Yeah,
he had not
20 goals this season. 32 assists, 52 points in 54 games.
That's just it, though. Like, how do you not re-sign your captain?
Right. Especially when he didn't have a bad year.
Yeah, he was.
But you also have to sign Philip Gruber.
Can they make it happen with both?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, going into this year, they had a lot of cap space, didn't they? Or at some point they did. Maybe that was last season. I don't know. Before times.
Before times.
That would just be really difficult to see them moving on.
Yeah, I can't picture that.
Me either. But man, if he was a Blackhawk.
That'd be nice.
Oh, it would be so good. I'm just picturing him on a line with Doc and Kane.
I was wondering who you were going to pair him with.
That just sounds so good.
It does. I would like to see that.
Oh,
I would
man.
like to see it.
And he can play center. So it could be center depth as well.
Yep.
Oh, man. Oh, him on a line with Kat and Kane? Then you can move Curbs down to the second line and play with Kubalik and Hagel. Oh.
Stop it. I love this.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah, stop.
With Chris Drieger in that? See, I need to be the GM here.
We've been saying that since day one.
God, that would be so nice. Heck.
Ah, heck.
And then if Taves does come back, you have a center core. Taves, Doc, maybe Suter if they re-sign him. And then Landeskog and Cam filling out that fourth line role.
Oh, man.
Please
stop.
Nick Foligno. Does he go back to Columbus?
Yes. Knee jerk? Yes.
I don't know if he would re-sign with Toronto or if they would want him. I think that he would be open to it, maybe.
To staying?
In Toronto? Yeah. But I don't think they'd do it. I think if anything, he goes back to Columbus.
Yes.
Let's see. Thomas Tatar. He's a UFA out of Montreal. That's an interesting name.
It is.
He would be more of a depth scorer. I don't think he'd be good for the Hawks, but it'll be interesting to see where he goes or if Montreal re-signs him, even though they've not used him, but had him as a healthy scratch in the playoffs, which is interesting. That will be interesting. Let's see. Tyler Bozak. That would be a good signing for the Hawks because he can win faceoffs. Just that.
Just based on that solely?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, he'd have the stench of coming from St. Louis, but
we don't acknowledge that.
But he can win faceoffs, and I like that.
Yes, that is a good trick.
I don't know if anybody... Oh, David Savard is a UFA. I wonder if Tampa re-signs him, or if they can re-sign him, or if he goes back to Columbus. He could be great on the Blackhawks defense. That is what they need.
That is what they need.
They need David Savard. I would enjoy that. Yeah, none of the rest of these guys really sound all that interesting. But we got here because you asked what the Hawks need to do to be competitive in the playoffs.
Right.
And I started looking at the goaltenders.
Yep.
Man. So yeah, fix the goalies.
Right.
Defense, I don't even know how to fix that clusterfuck at this point. Because Keith isn't going anywhere.
Oh.
We could be stuck with DeHaan for another year. We have Connor Murphy for another year. If he plays lower in the lineup, that's fine. That's great. Having him as a top 2 defenseman, not great. Having him as a number 3, mostly not great. So if he's like a 4 through 6, that's fine. Yeah. But then you have to have guys who can fill in those top roles. And the rest of the guys are just so young, you don't know how consistent their game's going to be.
Right. You really want Boquist to live up to the hype.
And have a full season for once?
That would be great.
It was like, shit, what? He had COVID.
Uh-huh.
He had the concussion.
Yeah.
And then he broke... What did he break? His wrist?
Or something, I think.
Yeah. Like, damn.
Yeah.
It would have...
Beaudin was really looked upon highly, too.
Mm-hmm. I could also see him spending some more time in Rockford.
Yeah, I can see that either way.
I could see him spending half of the season both places.
Right.
Starting in Rockford and then...
Yeah, bouncing back and forth.
It also depends on who they sign in the offseason.
Yeah.
Or who they lose. Because if you do lose DeHaan, then you need more defenders.
Mm-hmm.
Stillman will be in the NHL.
Do you expect DeHaan to play?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I was kind of looking at him like a Seabrook.
I don't think so.
No? You think he comes back?
I don't want him to, but I think he would, yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Unfortunately. God, he was just so bad this year.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Yeah.
So for sure you have Keith, Murphy, Kalnick, Stillman. The rest of these guys could go up and down between Rockford with Beaudin, Regula. Well, Boca still be in the NHL. He won't get sent down. And then Ian Mitchell.
Which of the Mitchells was the captain for the IceHogs?
Garrett.
Garrett?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they're not related, right?
Nope.
Okay.
But even then, man, that's not a good defensive core. Like, it could be eventually, but they're just so young.
Now, yeah.
That's not a competitive team.
No, that's definitely a team that's just skating by.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, if they're still in the rebuild, that's fine.
Uh-huh. But
as long as they commit to that with the moves they make over the summer, which we haven't seen yet, so I'm not convinced that they will.
Yeah.
Because they don't know what they're doing ever. Let's see. There's free agents down in Rockford, but I don't think it's anybody too horrible. I don't even remember what trade we got Josh Dickinson in. I don't think he even played a game. Brandon Peary's a UFA.
What do you think happens with him?
Fuck if I know. He's just in the ether somewhere.
I
doubt he resigns here after that bullshit
he
went through this year.
Yeah, with the freaking taxi squad. Mm-hmm. I'd be pissed.
Right. John Quinville is a UFA. Please don't resign him.
No.
There's just no point.
No,
it was not good this year.
No.
Anton Lindholm is a UFA. I don't see any point bringing him back. And then we already know Matt Tompkins signed overseas. I just don't see either of these teams being great next year.
No.
No, I just feel rather sad.
No. What can we do to counterpoint that?
We have questions.
Hey, we do.
Want to go over those?
Sure.
Yeah, let's start with the ones on your phone.
All right, what do I got here? What do we got?
Give it to me. Because I need to move on from trying to fix this team. Even though I'm sure, I think some of these questions talk about the summer, so we kind of touched on it. But
okay, we'll start with the one from Tyler. If you guys wanted to talk about Rockford players that can suit up for the Hawks this year, that would be dope.
Right. Well, that depends on who you classify as a Rockford player, I think. Like,
I mean, you've got to count the guys that can bounce, right?
Mm-hmm. All of the forwards, I think, are all full-time NHLers. Oh, maybe Entwistle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was just kind of thrown up there at the end of the season, wasn't he?
Yeah. But I think that he'll get NHL games. I don't know if he'll play the whole season. Probably depends on training camp and what he looks like.
Right.
But I wouldn't be surprised either way.
No, not at all.
I think he will get NHL games, though. Defenders. Again, a lot of these depend on what happens over the summer. So Kalnick spent time with Rockford. Ian Mitchell was sent down to Rockford. Regula, Beaudin. I think all of them will play in the NHL next year.
Right.
I don't know how much for any of them, but I could see them all getting a decent number of games.
Dang, we got Stillman for a minute, huh?
Yeah, they re-signed him before the season ended, I want to say.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know why they chose a 3-year deal, but at only 1.3, it's not terrible. I don't hate it. The goaltenders, none of the guys who played in Rockford last year will be in the NHL.
All right, who can crack the lineup?
We don't even know what Cam Morrison is because he was injured all year. Yeah. We didn't see him.
It's also very hard to answer this question just because we are so disconnected from the team that was playing this year because, I mean, I got to go to, 2 games?
Yeah. And it
wasn't the same at all. And it just, I don't know, that connection just wasn't there because we didn't see him play multiple nights a week.
And it was such a strange season being like a team full of rookies. You don't really know what they look like on an actual team.
Right. No, I feel it.
It's a weird way to say that.
It is, but I get what you're saying.
I could see them maybe giving Halupa a shot.
Yes.
Maybe not. If I had to choose, I would say he stays in Rockford all season.
But big time Timmy Tim?
No.
No?
No. Johnson will probably get some more games, Reese Johnson.
Yes.
I could see them calling Evan Barrett up.
For long...
Not the whole season, but to give him a few games here and there, especially if there's an injury. I could see him being an injury call-up. Tepley, no. Hakkarainen, God, no. Maybe Alti.
I like Alti.
They might give Alti Barmakian a shot.
I could make it work.
I hope he doesn't play all year in the NHL because I actually want to see him play.
Yes, please.
But I could see them giving him a shot. Who else is signed? Chad Chris. He was injured for most of the year. I don't think...
Isaac!
They should give Isaac a shot.
They should. Will they? I don't know.
I don't know either. Probably not at this point. Maybe the season after this coming season.
Okay, that's fine.
But I think this season, probably no if I had to take a guess.
Okay.
And that's about it for the guys. Oh, Josiah Slavin.
All right,
I could see him getting a shot. We don't really have anybody else.
It's kind of sad.
It really is a little bit.
Just kind of.
It is a little bit. I don't think Cam Morrison will get a shot because, like I said, he was injured all year. Halupa, no. Johnson, yeah. Barrett, probably. Tepley, no. Soderlund, no. Hakkarainen, no. I hope he stays in the ECHL next year. He was beyond useless.
Yeah.
Alti, we love.
Alti can make things happen, just like Isaac can.
We have no idea what Poor or Reichel or Borgstrom are going to look like, so I can't even tell you.
No words on that one.
Borgstrom, maybe, because we got him in that trade, and they seem to really like him. But it probably depends on what he looks like in training camp.
Yeah.
Chad Chris, no. Jacob Galvis, no. Isaac Phillips, hopefully, but probably no.
Yeah.
So you're probably stuck with the guys who have already seen NHL time, really.
Not a whole lot to look forward to in terms of new guys.
Probably more so next season, not this upcoming season.
This season was just so weird on every level.
And their roster's pretty full, so it would have to be like an injury call-up, and those guys don't usually play a whole lot anyway.
Right.
So, yeah. What's the next one?
Next question. What would you guys give for Eichel? Not what should they do, or what do you think Stan would do? But what would you two give up for him?
This was from Crystal.
This is from Crystal. It's just a screenshot.
What would you give up for Eichel? Oh, man.
First of all, do we want Eichel?
No. I mean, no.
No.
It's fun to think about. I just don't think it would make sense.
Mm-mm. Just another one of those doesn't fit the puzzle type of situations. What would you be willing to give up if he did fit the situation, though?
It would take a first-round pick. So Buffalo would get this year's 11th overall pick.
Uh-huh.
Maybe Strome, so they have a center.
Okay. I don't hate that. I mean,
and then
I like that first-round pick, but...
Yeah. You're not getting Hagel back, Buffalo. That was your mistake. Oh. This is hard.
Yeah, dude.
Because I feel like they'll want a lot for him.
Uh-huh. And we don't really have a lot to give is the thing.
Really. So what would it take to get him? All right, the first... Strome.
Uh-huh.
Boquist?
Just to sweeten it?
Like, what's the bigger part of the trade here? Like, because the 11th overall is completely unknown, especially in this year's draft, because they haven't been able to do as much scouting.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody in Rockford would get the deal done unless it's just a throw-in guy.
Right. See, that's the whole part of it, though, is that I feel like Buffalo would be expecting big-name guys.
Mm-hmm.
And we
Kane, send him home to Buffalo. I wouldn't take that trade-off. Kane for Eichel. Like, yeah, you get the younger guy, but I wouldn't take that. What would get it done? Maybe 2 first-round picks?
Maybe.
But then, like, what is the value of Eichel around the league? Is Buffalo forced into making this trade? Then they could give up less. Like, they got a fucking second for Taylor Hall.
Right. I still can't believe that.
It's always hard to think about trade proposals, right? Because, like, NHL GMs never do the smart thing.
No.
So oftentimes you see a trade, you're like,
why would...
That's what happened? What? That's all it took to get this guy? Like Devon Taves to Colorado for 2 second-round picks.
Oh my God, yes.
So it's so hard to say because, like, as fans, you're thinking, like, this guy is really good. They're going to ask for a lot.
Right. And I still don't understand how Leonard ended up. We traded him to Toronto. Toronto immediately flipped him to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And retained
Subban.
half.
Yep.
And we got Malcolm Subban in
Yeah.
return for Robin Leonard. Like, what? I'll never understand how that one worked out.
Nope.
Because even Leonard wanted to stay here, so...
Yep.
Okay, it doesn't matter. We've been over this. I'm just still very frustrated.
Yes. It's just so hard. Like, what do you think would happen versus what would actually happen versus what do you want to
Which
happen?
is why that's what the question was. What would you guys give? Not what should they do or what do you think Stan would do, but what would you two give up for him?
Oh, just what would I give up?
What would you give up?
The 11th and Strome.
Yeah.
But I don't want Eichel, so...
Right, that's just it.
Like, if you'll take Strome... throw in DeHaan. You can have DeHaan.
Okay. I'm here for that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Some veteran leadership in that room for once.
Yeah.
So that could work out.
Uh-huh.
You could take Seabrook's contract.
I mean...
He's a great guy to have around.
He is.
But then we're getting into silly territory there.
We are. And it's not silly season yet.
Yeah. If they wouldn't take the 11th and Strome, then I would say no-go.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that all the ones from your phone?
That's all I got.
All right, let's see what else we have here.
Let me make sure nobody else said anything.
From good old Johnny Rockford. Talk about how great the Golden Knights are. Thanks, John. Fleury's great. Fleury's been amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I do like Alex Tuck. I like him as a player.
Okay.
Other than that, they've just been able to be clutch, really.
Honestly, that's the best way to describe it.
And in that series against Colorado, Jonathan Marchessault really showed up. He scored some massive goals. Mark Stone is just kind of a wild man that does good things a lot.
I like it.
He just kind of looks like a caveman.
Yeah. But there's like a hashtag on Twitter that's like expressive Mark Stone. It's so much fun to look at.
That one GIF or the short video loop where it was he just DeBoer and
he just pops up.
So funny.
I love it.
Oh man. From Jamie P. Wines? At Dragons_Quest.
Okay.
Zach Hyman going back to Florida to help our top line. No, you can't have him. That's all.
Sounds like it's been a done deal.
God, if Toronto lets him walk.
Oh, mistake.
Then they better fucking sign James Reimer.
Oh, they'll have to.
Like, how do you let that guy go? He's the one guy who consistently puts in the work on the ice.
Yeah, he looked like he cared out there.
Whoa!
Wow, that's revolutionary in the Toronto area.
Especially this year. Everybody would be mad, but like he's gonna want to get paid and you can't blame him because like what else can you ask from the guy?
Exactly.
He's giving you everything.
That's just it.
But I don't really know if Florida needs him. Like their team played fantastic this year.
True.
I'm not sure he would slot in on that top line, although him working with Barkov would be rather nice.
Be an interesting combo.
Mm-hmm. Or sticking with Huberdeau. And then, like, you mix the two of those and you get a Barkov.
Kevin Delia.
I don't know. No, you can't have him. He's staying in Toronto. I hope. Another one from Crystal. How you two feel this off-season versus last?
Well, last off-season, we didn't know what was going on.
True.
Very true. Because what do you consider the off-season?
I was just going to say, what do you consider the off-season? Is it between, like, the shutdown and when playoffs happened? Or after playoffs to the beginning of the season? Or both?
Or both. I think we answer for both.
All right. Well, between the regular season and the play-in/playoffs, I don't think I really thought about hockey all that much because it was just gone.
Everything.
Just
well, yeah, it just didn't exist, and like COVID was happening,
and Crawford was still on the team.
Oh God, he wasn't he?
He hadn't retired.
Oh my God,
we didn't know that the Hawks
was last year
weren't gonna sign him. Yep, not ready to process that one yet. So yeah, in between there, it didn't really matter. Between the end of the playoffs and the beginning of this season.
When did the playoffs end?
September? October? September? I don't know.
Around there. It must have been October because I was still in residential at the time, I think.
Because I know the draft happened around then.
Yeah. The draft happened on my birthday, didn't it?
I think so. Yeah, so it ended in the fall sometime last offseason I felt terrible because the Blackhawks just weren't re-signing Crawford for whatever reason, and we didn't know he was retiring yet because he signed with the Devils. So that sucked.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what else they did in the offseason.
No.
Because it wasn't super long.
No, not at all.
And then all of a sudden December's here and the World Juniors, and then Doc breaks his wrist. Mm-hmm. So then you don't have him for a majority of the season.
Yeah.
So last offseason sucked.
Yeah, and this offseason, I just feel like the Hawks disappeared.
They did. Like the season ended. It's like, where'd you go?
What Hawks? Blackhawks? Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Like they signed a couple of guys, but nothing crazy.
I haven't really seen anything from them in terms of anything. Like, I
haven't even really thought about them all that much.
Honestly, I'm just kind of focused on the playoffs and what they're doing. But, like...
I don't... Okay, so post playoffs, like once you get to the draft and free agency, I think I'm just more, I can't say nervous, skeptical.
Okay.
Like I'm not afraid. That's dumb.
Right.
That's not the word to use. I'm not
skeptical sounds good.
Skeptical because they said the whole thing about the rebuild last offseason. Oh, last offseason was just so confusing because they said, we're in a rebuild. We have been for years. Everybody knew this. You're like, hold on a second.
Nobody told me that.
Nobody knew this, actually. You haven't done anything that seemed rebuildy. You haven't gotten any prospects or draft picks. You're not rebuild. Shut up. Yeah, so last offseason was confusing. This offseason, definitely more skeptical because are they going to actually stick to that?
The rebuild?
Yeah. Or are they going to look at how they played for parts of this season and say, oh, this team can be competitive. They're just missing whatever pieces.
But exactly. That's the question mark is what piece that is that they're missing.
Mm-hmm. And then do they go out after a big name? Do they go name chasing like Dougie Hamilton? That's never been a thing that Stan has done.
No.
But he also hasn't had to rebuild before. And obviously those two things are very different. Getting Dougie is not the same as the rebuild.
No.
So
No.
Like, yeah, so first of all, skeptical about that. Like, do they stick to the rebuild? And then just... I can't even say, like, hopeful or hopeless. I'm just so meh.
Yeah, I feel it. And I don't know if it is just that disconnect.
Maybe.
Because, I don't know, it's just been hard to focus on hockey.
Also
the past
true.
year. The past calendar year. Like.
Oh, so true.
I don't know.
But also, like, this team clearly isn't anywhere close to competing.
No, not in these here playoffs.
And... like, they're not just one piece or two pieces away from that. So you can't go into the offseason, like, being hopeful that you land that big piece.
So if that's the case, then they do need to commit to the rebuild.
Yeah, that's what I would like to see.
Right.
Is them committing to the rebuild. And, like...
But who does that require us to let go of?
I would see if you can get a prospect or... some draft picks for Strome. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's still a young guy, but I don't see him getting any better. You have to hope that the kids that you played last year come back and play well and have a good off season.
I think they will.
And step up their game. I think some of them will. I think it's only natural that some of them won't take a big step forward.
Of course,
right away.
Not everybody can win.
Exactly. Exactly. You're not just going to go into the next season and automatically everybody's better than they were.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I hope they commit to the rebuild and don't just fuck around with that and confuse everybody even more. I don't know. Like, I can't say that I don't care because I obviously do care.
Absolutely.
And anything that they do, I'll be like, oh my God, I have a lot of feelings.
If you guys don't know by now.
I don't feel things. But yeah, like you said, they've just disappeared. So trying to think about them and how I feel about them, I'm just like...
It's like, what do you mean? What do you mean the Blackhawks?
Blackhawks?
Who are they?
They haven't been around here in 25 years. It really seems like fucking forever since we've seen them.
It does, and it's only been...
like, what, 2 months?
2 months? A month and a half?
Yeah?
I don't know. I don't remember when
the beginning of May?
Beginning of May? Well, then, yeah, it's like a month and a half.
Yeah, the 13th, I want to say, was their last game. May 13th? Maybe? Or that was an IceHogs game? I don't know. The last Hogs game was the 15th of May. Like
May. Damn, really?
A month
ago. It feels like they've been gone forever.
A month and a day ago.
Wow.
Yeah, man, I don't really know. That's tough. That's a tough one.
It is.
I figured that would be kind of easy, but it's not because I just don't think about this team.
Exactly. But as soon as they make a move,
feelings.
Absolutely.
Lots of them.
So many.
All of them, really?
Unless they make a meh move, which is also very possible.
Which is still annoying.
And forever annoying. Absolutely.
That's what this team is. This team is annoying, is what they are.
I mean...
Because they have so much potential.
Oh, it's so frustrating.
And it's not the craziest thing that they don't play up to that yet because they're so young.
Right.
But it's frustrating.
Oh, endlessly.
Especially when you can see how they can play because they showed it to us. Why can't you just play like that?
Don't you love that? Yep.
But I do hope they get another goaltender. I'm curious and skeptical what they do with Malcolm and Colin.
Huh.
I think one of them are gone.
Yeah.
I'd say probably Subban.
That was my gut instinct. Gut reaction.
Just because he probably has more value.
Yeah.
And also Colin's been in the organization longer, so I could see them keeping him for that reason.
Yeah, buying into him.
Mm-hmm. I don't know where he plays. If they go the 3 goaltender route and he just sits out forever again like he did this year.
He wants that, though. He wants ice time.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if he can have that here. Which hurts me to say, but it goes both ways because they have to let him prove himself and he has to prove himself.
Right.
And it doesn't feel like both of those things are going to happen at the same time, which doesn't equal success for him here.
Right. I mean, when he came in at the end of the year, he played really well.
He did. That's just it. But they had him on the taxi squad or the bench or wherever the fuck he was for the whole season.
Yeah.
For the whole season.
Yeah, he got 2 games to start the year after Malcolm's first game.
Right.
And they put Colin in. And I think he got 2 to start the year. And then he was just gone. And then he came to Rockford and played 2 or 3. 3, I think. I don't know.
Was he there on conditioning?
Yeah.
Right, because he can't be sent down without
clearing waivers. And all the goaltenders were getting claimed off of waivers this year.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
I want what's best for him, but I also want what's best for the team.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how to make both of those things happen.
I think it would be awesome for, maybe not for him, but for the team and the organization if the IceHogs at least sign Cale.
Yes.
And then the Hawks are able to send Colin down to be his goaltending partner.
Yes.
Because
do you think he would like that?
No. But he's under contract.
That's just it, yeah.
You don't have a whole lot of say unless you demand a trade. And if he could sit out this whole year without demanding a trade...
But, I mean,
and if he gets ice time...
How old is he?
26.
26, right. So, the years are ticking away while he's just not playing when he's under contract.
Mm-hmm.
You know he wants the ice time. He's always been big on ice time. Mm-hmm. He's always been big on proving himself, proving his worth. It sucks seeing him in this position.
But if he goes down to Rockford and say he's the starting goaltender, Cale's the backup, and he kind of teaches him the ropes and whatnot, I think Cale could learn a lot from Colin. They're both kind of chaotic. And he plays well, especially behind such an inexperienced team. Maybe his value rises, and if he does want a trade, they're able to trade him either at the deadline or before, in the middle of the season, whenever.
Do you think he's happier in the AHL or not getting ice time in the NHL?
I think he'd be happier playing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We're not in his head.
Of course not.
I would have to assume he would be happier playing than whatever that nonsense was.
Right, just coming in for practice. And
yeah.
That's a shitty life.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are.
Especially in that stretch when neither Kevin nor Malcolm were playing very well. Yeah.
Right. It's why not throw Colin in?
You have nothing else to lose. You're losing games already.
You already have him. Just fucking play him.
If he loses, it's nothing different.
Nothing different than what we're already doing.
Yeah. They just really mismanaged that this year. It was frustrating to watch, especially once it was clear that they weren't going to make the playoffs. And yeah, they were in the fight till the end, but
were they really?
Come
though?
on.
I mean, like it was this much
like,
of a possibility that
mathematically they were still in it, but we
like,
all knew
by less than 1%.
Yeah,
like it's not happening.
Yeah, and then when it was like clearly out of reach, of like, oh, let's try Colin.
What are you doing?
It was really frustrating.
Yeah. Yep.
So, I don't know. One of them are definitely gone. Probably Subban. I would be shocked if it was Colin going somewhere else and Subban staying.
Unless Colin demanded that.
Also that.
Which I don't like to say it, but I can see it happening if he keeps getting screwed over.
Would he get playing time in a different NHL team?
That's just it.
In a place where he would be okay going. Like, yeah,
right.
Go to Buffalo. No. I would rather stay on the fucking Texas.
Exactly. I don't know, man. I definitely see Subban leaving before Colin does.
Because, like, especially with so many free agent goaltenders, like we just looked through, any team who needs a goalie can go out and sign who they want.
Right.
So,
but you think he would be happier being a backup somewhere than
he's not going to be a starter.
Well, no. So you think
he'd have to be a backup or a starter in the AHL?
Yeah.
And if he's going to be a starter in the AHL, you might as well stay with the organization.
Yeah. He's always talked about how this organization provided everything he needed and everything, but
yeah, it's not like he dislikes Rockford.
No,
but
not at all. It's just
to be in the NHL.
ego thing of wanting to be in the higher division.
Yeah, he's a professional athlete. You want to be at the top,
right?
And that's not surprising. And you'd never fault a guy for thinking
that.
No,
not at all. Not at all. It just.
But man, if the Blackhawks just come back next season with any combination of Kevin and Colin, Kevin and Malcolm. Kevin's not leaving, so it wouldn't be Malcolm and Colin. I just can't. I can't see them. I can see them doing that. I don't think that would be a good idea. Because I don't think your season would go any better than it did this year.
No, because it's not elite goaltending.
Right.
I mean,
like, yeah, Kevin might take a step forward.
We love these goalies, all right? They're great, all of them.
It's possible all three of them could take a step forward with their game, but that still doesn't equal competitive goaltending long term.
Yeah.
We saw it for stretches.
Yep.
And it works for stretches.
But it was never consistent for long periods of time.
And it was a shortened season.
Also that.
So in an 82-game season.
Right. What did they play, like 56 games this year?
Yeah. And if you can't be consistent for like a bit over half a year.
That? Yeah.
You can't bring back the same goaltending.
No, that wouldn't be acceptable.
So that's tough because they're all under contract.
Yes, and it's hard because I'm like, goalie.
I know.
They're mine. Don't move them.
I want to hoard them all. Like, you're mine.
Bring them to me. Yeah, dude.
And now we have this Arvid guy under contract. So we have 4 unproven goaltenders.
Yeah.
And it's weird to call those 3 unproven because they've been around so long.
Yes.
But unproven as a starting NHL goaltender. Yeah. So Arvid probably goes to Rockford. We know they love using 3 goaltenders. Yeah. So they'll probably...
In Rockford or
Rockford.
Okay. I hate the 3 goalie system.
Yes.
I hate it so much.
Auburn probably goes to Indy.
Okay. Kale?
I hope they re-sign him.
I feel like they will.
Unless he wants to go somewhere else. He's got the option. Every time the IceHogs are like, we're re-signing a player, I'm like, oh yeah?
Are you?
Can you please sign Moberg or Morris, please?
That'd be nice.
It's tough.
It is.
Having so many goaltenders under contract is tough. Because
especially when you don't have a clear number 1.
Yeah. There's only so many goaltender slots. Only one guy can play per night, ideally.
Well.
You never want one to get injured or have such a shitty game they have to be pulled.
Yeah.
It's tough. Especially when none of them can clear waivers.
Right.
Like,
so what the fuck do you do?
Mm-hmm.
Which is why you have to get rid of at least one of them. Mm-hmm. Bring somebody else in.
Because I sure hope they don't run 3 again next year. It didn't work this year.
No, it didn't happen this year. They said they were running 3, but they didn't play the third ever.
There was no third goaltender. He was there on paper. If they
And I hate that for him.
Me too. That sucks. If they... Oh, God, I will be so disappointed if they just do that. Just same situation next season.
They can't expect a different result.
Right.
Even if Taves comes back.
Yeah.
Even, like, I can't picture a scenario in which that would work at all.
Nope. He'll be an addition to your team. He's not the missing piece.
Right.
To make this team a playoff team.
No.
I don't know how to fix this.
I don't either. And, like, what do you do?
I think a lot of it is you just have to wait for some of these kids to mature.
But it's painful in the meantime.
I know, because the waiting sucks. You want them to be good. You want them to make the playoffs and be competitive.
Yes.
But I don't know, like it's nice seeing the prospects get better.
Of course.
And seeing them do well.
That's the awesome thing about being an IceHogs season ticket holder.
Right. I don't want to see it in the NHL. I'll watch it in the AHL.
Exactly. It sucks watching your team lose every night in person.
I can only deal with it with one of them, okay?
Yeah.
And both of them are doing it.
One of the teams has to be good.
Yeah. So then it's like, oh, yay, Toronto. Oh, playoffs.
Will Toronto ever win a playoff series again?
No. No, they won't. They're cursed.
Oh, God.
I don't know. Now I just feel more hopeless than
We're doing this thing again where we end on such a hopeless note.
Why do we always do this?
Speaking of hopeless, why did the IceHogs re-sign Derek King for what, like 2 more years, 3 more years? They're really buying into his coaching style, and has it ever worked? Has it worked since Jeremy left? Has it ever worked in his favor?
They got better as the season went on.
Did they?
Yes.
Did they?
Yeah.
He says he's big on developing his players, but like in what way? Because, dude, I could go on. Never mind. I shouldn't have brought up.
I mean, a lot of the kids made it to the NHL this year. There was that. Mm-hmm. You have Hagel. You have Entwistle. You have Bodine. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
I changed my mind. I don't want to talk about him anymore.
Yeah, see, you tried to end this. Oh, you did say hopeless.
Yeah, I did. On a hopeless note.
What's more?
What's a good note? I like that we actually got questions to answer. That was awesome. That was fun. Thanks, guys.
That was fun. Thank you,
Keep that up. I like the interaction. It's fun.
Even though they made us feel hopeless.
We do it on our own.
Eventually.
We don't need their help.
It's true. We're very good at that.
We're going to do it either way.
Is there a positive for these teams?
For these teams? Mm-hmm. These teams don't exist right now. So I don't feel anything positive or negative about them. Is there something positive we can end on any note? What's something good going on in your life right now?
What's the score of the game?
That's a good question. Here, let's
that could be positive or negative, depending.
Is it the Knights?
Yeah,
playing right now.
Vegas and Montreal. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
It's 2-0 Habs.
Oh, really?
At the intermission.
Fuck yeah! Fuck Vegas. Who scored?
Who scored?
Who scored?
Who scored? Let's see who scored.
2-0. Wow.
Who scored?
Are you on the NHL app?
No.
That would be the place to
Googles. Go. Yeah, I know, but it was easy because I could just type in VGK and it would pop
True,
up.
But if you open the NHL app, you just go to scores and it's,
Yeah,
right
I got
there.
it. It's right here. There. Nope, I got it.
Okay, you looked confused. I was like, okay.
J. Armia?
UL Armia.
That's the one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he scored once.
And
then Tyler Toffoli.
All right. Is Jake Evans playing tonight?
Jake Evans.
Go to the box score. You can see all the players.
Ooh.
He's number 26. Maybe.
I like how you're teaching me how to work the
NHL app. I just use it every day, so it's just second nature.
Okay, wait. Who's playing where?
Is Jake Evans playing?
Jake Evans.
Is he number 26? That's going to bug me now. Jake Evans.
No.
He's not?
He's
71. Where did I get 26?
I was like, he's not 26.
Who's number 26?
Wait, 71?
Yeah, he's number 71.
On what team?
The Habs. You know, the guy that got taken out by Scheifele?
No, he's not playing then. If
he was a game time decision.
Okay,
so
well, he's
wondering.
not playing. I'm telling you right now, there's nobody between 62 and 73.
Well, I'm glad we could end this on an argument. I tried to end it on a positive note.
Well, the Habs are winning as of right now.
That's good.
Yay.
That is good.
This would have been so much easier if you just pulled it up here.
The Knights only have 4 shots?
Ooh. What do the Habs have?
Ooh.
What are the shots?
I don't know. I only saw that one. Oh, wait. I can go to the Golden Knights
you
thing
can.
Here. 12.
12-4, huh?
Ooh. Yikes, Vegas. I mean, good, but yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes. Like, I don't want to root for Montreal because of pain, but like, I don't like Vegas either.
Yeah.
And they didn't like Winnipeg, so it just kept spiraling.
Yeah, it's just a domino effect.
And I feel gross about it.
We need to find something positive.
Shit, that's right. They have Marc-Andre Fleury listed as a skater on here.
Do they?
And also as a goaltender. So he's playing 2 positions.
How many shots does he have?
None. He has none. Pacioretty has 1, Pietrangelo has 1, Alex Tuck has 1, and Zach Whitecloud has 1.
Jesus.
2 forwards and 2 defensemen.
Uh-huh.
Damn, what's positive in the hockey world?
Even not in the hockey world. What's positive? What's a positive? We gotta have... we bought a new sprinkler.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's really exciting. It's got like 9 different settings.
That is exciting.
Yeah.
Have any of you bought a sprinkler recently? Let us know in the comments. I would love to hear about it.
Yes, tell me about all the different settings.
Yes, I want to hear about every single setting
What
on
can
your
you
sprinkler.
do with this sprinkler?
Yes. And also, how do you feel about this off-season compared to last? And tell us what team you root for if it's not the Blackhawks, so we're not lost.
Please.
Or Toronto. Yeah. Yeah, so tell us all that. And if you could, go over to Apple Podcasts and leave us a rating and a review. I would very much appreciate it.
Yeah, that'd be
We
great.
would very much appreciate it. If you are watching this on the YouTube, do it anyway. If you are just listening to the audio version, you could subscribe to us on YouTube. It's YouTube.
And give us a like.
Yes.
And comments, because those are fun.
All of those things. I respond to most of them.
We're up to like 700 followers on YouTube, aren't we?
Yeah.
Whew, that's crazy.
I try to respond to every comment. There's some that I don't.
That's just going to happen either way.
Yeah, it's youtube.com/c/from center ice. Soup's easy.
We have a legitimate link now.
It only took forever, and then it came at once.
And then it happened.
It sure did. It just came flooding all in.
Thanks to Canada.
Yes, very much so. Thanks
Many
to Canada.
thanks.
If you would like to follow us on social media, you can do that. The links for all of that will be in the show notes. I don't feel like remembering which is which. At From Center Ice Pod is Instagram, and at VF Center Ice Pod is Twitter.
That is correct.
I just try to think of what shows up when I say something.
Exactly.
There's also Facebook, but nobody cares about Facebook.
Go to our website.
Yeah, FromCenterIce.com.
That'll link everything.
Links to everything over there.
You can find everything at FromCenterIce.com.
Sure, that's a lot easier. But yeah, thank you for listening. Tell us about your sprinklers and tell us about your off season. And what is one big move you hope your team does?
Ooh,
let us know.
I like that. Let's go.
Chris Drieger to Chicago.
Let's get it.
James Reimer to Toronto.
Hey.
I'm all about the goalies.
Let's go.
We will catch y'all next time. Bye.